Yo, what up? What up? What up? We back off up in here. What's good, y'all? There we go. We up in here tonight, man. It's a Wednesday night. Let's get it, y'all, man. We running a little bit late, but we here, y'all. We here. We here. I promise you, we here. Everybody hear me all right? My audio working?
Yeah.
Sounding good.
All right, cool, cool, cool. Let's get it tonight, man. Tonight we're gonna talk about a topic in parenting. I don't really like to talk about parenting. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm always a little leery because how people handle their kids. I kind of try to stay out of it. But F it, it's a new year, and I said I'm going there. Whatever y'all want to do, let's go there tonight. So we're gonna talk about these crazy. We good? We're gonna talk about anybody acting a fool. And we're gonna get to that. We're gonna talk about Kevin Gates and his new fetish. What would you do if you found a bag of money? All types of stuff, man. And whatever else pops up, man. So y'all make sure y'all tap in, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button, jump in the comment section, make it liver than what it was. Lionel, your homie's already in here in the comments. What's your man's name? There go my man. Your man's
What
already in
the
here.
fuck is good? Yeah, yes, sir. What the fuck is good?
So let's get it, man. But of course, we got the beautiful people of No Strings first. What up, Naomi?
Hey y'all, happy No Strings Day. So blessed to be back on another Wednesday, keeping it real with y'all. So let's talk.
Let's talk that talk. Of course, my cousin and
Period.
your cousin Torian up in here. Let's run wild. What it do?
What's up, y'all? Happy hump day. Happy Wednesday. Y'all already know I runs wild, and I'm ready to get into these wild topics. Let's go.
You dig. And of course, two shows in a row. So he back now. He back. He in the swing of things. It's going down. What up, Lionel?
What's good, y'all? I am back with the motherfucking vibes. Back with the vibes. Back with a vibe. Back with a nice vibe. I'm so glad to be sharing vibes on this lovely Wednesday evening. What's good? Hop in the chat. How y'all feeling?
How everybody feeling, man? Y'all let us know. It's a Wednesday night, man. We here. God dang it. Let's go. I know is that I thought somebody was tapping me. I think Mo should be pulling up here in a little bit. So y'all let me know if y'all see it in the back. Hit that thumbs up button, man. You can find us also on the podcast section of iTunes. Tap in over there. Thank you for everybody that's been listening to us in the audio form. We do appreciate it, man. Wherever it is that you find your podcast, we are over there. So we definitely appreciate that love and that look. Yeah, man. Keep a lookout for what's to come in the new year, man. We got some cool guests coming up. So y'all make sure y'all tap in with that. Before we do anything, we're gonna get to a serious topic, but I gotta get into some foolishness and some ratchetness first. So let's go there first before we do anything. So y'all lay out for a second. Let me play this audio real quick. This is Kevin Gates. Kevin Gates was on a Fancy Talk show on YouTube, so shout out to that platform. And he wanted to let y'all know kind of what he into, what he like, and all of that. Y'all know on this platform we always say we don't kink shame. So let's hear Kevin Gates talk his talk.
We had that one done either. A woman pissing your mouth.
Yeah, we might have had
Yeah.
a woman pee in a cup while we was driving and I drunk it
Oh, okay. You
right
nuts.
there
Yes.
because it was just nothing. I was so infatuated with this woman to where it was just nothing about her that was nasty.
There we go. Hold on, y'all.
We can't hear you, Roy.
Yo, yo.
Okay.
Yo. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there we go.
Y'all got me?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so Kevin Gates, he said he was infatuated with the woman. You know what I'm saying? First of all, I'm not even sure how that works logistically with her peeing in the car like that. Naomi might have to explain that. Is she just in the front seat? Did she go to the back? I don't.
I
What's
didn't
the
hear the
logistics?
situation. So he said this happened in the car.
Yeah, she said she peed in a cup in the car and he drank it.
Oh no, that's wild.
Uh-huh.
Oh, sick.
That's very wild because yeah, like because I'm thinking like, okay, maybe in the midst of things, I don't know. But yeah, that's very fetishy.
That's
Yeah,
downright nasty.
Yeah. Like was it a dare? Why would he do that?
No, that man is nasty. That nigga
He is nasty, but
is.
see, just drinking pee out of cup. Like I'm thinking at least the bitch was standing on him, like peeing on him or something.
That is nasty. Now you think about it. Like Ooh.
That's how to cut. But like, yeah, she would definitely have to be on her shit though. I mean, because pee is sterile.
Yeah, that's
Hey, Jasmine. Pee is sterile, like, but it couldn't be no yellow pee. Like, that would be fucking sick. That shit better be clear. Like, you've been drinking water all day. Nothing else.
but just logistically, again, just humor me. How does this? I mean,
But
this
peeing in the cup, like, you could pee in a cup as a woman. You
in a
just gonna have
car,
to
though,
start.
but
Yeah, in
we're
a
in a car.
car.
Okay,
You gotta
this
Yeah,
squat.
I've peed in a car before. Yeah, you definitely just gotta squat. You need enough room to just be able to lift yourself
that
up. Like while you're driving, no. Because I definitely have tried, but that's just too complicated when you're driving. I have tried to pee in a cup while I was driving.
yeah, that sounds messy. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That sounds
Yeah, like guys have it so easy. Y'all could just whip it out and like y'all could pee in anything. Like when my son got to pee in the car, it's so easy. Just like give him a bottle, he
yeah,
stick
we
it
ain't
in
even
there,
gonna.
and then boom.
Yeah, you ain't even gonna. Hold on, you said whoa. you, you said you ain't even gonna go to the gas station. Just we're gonna keep this.
It depends, like, cause you know, kids they'll hit that shit out of nowhere. Okay, and then be like, we on the road. I'll be going to Arkansas and shit. It might be a few miles before we see a little stop.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
it
Shout out to
ain't
Kevin Gates though, man. And, I mean, we don't kink shame, but I thought that was very, very interesting. You did that he was, I mean, it's one thing he said that he's been, he'll let a girl pee on him, but then he went to she peed in a cup and he drank it. That's a bridge a little bit too far for
yeah,
my taste, but
yeah. No, that's very a lot. And like, why? What was the reason? Just like, just
yeah,
cause,
that's what I'm
just
saying.
cause you could.
For me, there's a natural follow-up, question that I don't think the young lady asked. Shout out to her platform, but it would have been like, yo, so what was what made you just say, let me drink this? Was it, like you said, was it a dare? Was he just on some, yeah, I just need to know how it gets there. She just put it down and he just picked it up and just started drinking it out of the blue. And what was she thinking? Like, okay.
No, because that was like, no, that shit would mind fuck me. I was like, hold on, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Cause this is a little too nasty for me.
Seriously.
That might be like my line where I'm like, okay. Like you're too much of a freak. Like my freak level isn't as high as yours. So like
Like,
maybe
please don't. Please don't drink my pee. Like, don't drink that. What are you doing?
that's a little much. But I mean, there's always like the discussion is like it's squirt pee. And like
Excuse me?
niggas will drink some squirt. They say like it comes from the same place.
The
They say
bladder?
it all comes from the bladder, basically, regardless. So
Well, in that case, it totally is the same.
yeah, I don't know though.
Listen, we need a medical professional on the show. Who's a medical
No,
professional?
like it's literally a widely debated topic
That's actually
in the
me.
medical field.
No, I got my license.
Oh Lord, are we gonna rely on Torian giving us the information?
Ironically, it's me.
Look, y'all remember that black dude who like pretended to be a doctor?
Yeah. With his glasses and his coat.
Oh, they should have known by that picture. He was,
Right. That man was lying.
yeah, he was super wild, man. All right, man, let's get it though. Yeah, so that's Kevin Gates though, man. He was, shout out to him. I'm not mad at him, but
I mean, we got questions.
oh yeah, there are definitely follow-up questions that need to happen there. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
And
I'm
do you
like, I
have an
think this
appetite for
nigga
this? How often do you have an appetite for urine?
is
Like,
gonna increase.
how often do you need to see this through? And what brought you to this?
But you know, when it comes to, I feel like celebrity, especially men celebrities, at some point, like regular sex just ends up not being like
that's a fact.
enough. Like
Yeah.
they be needing a little bit more to like get them there.
Yeah, when you've had sex with like
Not
6
pee in your eye to make pink eye go away. That's crazy.
yeah, that's where Charlemagne from
I think
somewhere.
breast milk in your eye will make it go away, but I don't know
Yeah,
about no
breast
pee.
milk.
He from somewhere in the South. Where he from?
Charlemagne, barely South, like South Carolina, that
Yeah.
type of
That
area.
just sound like some
Virginia
old
type
Negro,
shit.
that sound like some old Negro spiritual shit. Put some
Nah,
piss
I
in
ain't
your
never
eye.
heard a nigga say that. I
Nigga,
ain't
put
never
some
heard a
piss
nigga
in your
say
eye. Like what? No,
no.
put what? Where to do? No, I'm just gonna ride this pink eye out, my nigga. Fuck what you talking about. Like if those are my options to ride this pink eye out or put some piss in my eye, listen, fam. You know,
Yeah.
fuck, I can put some
And then
shade.
it just comes down again what type of pee, like, cause
I don't give a damn what type of pee.
no.
Naomi's making you gotta distinguish the pee, not me.
I have a good diet, so my pee be clear. Okay.
Man, listen.
But just thinking of like, cause some people pee and you can smell that shit. Like, and they can smell like that piss. Like, no, that's piss for real. Is it pee or is it piss? If that shit's like yellow, like no. I hope y'all pee still not yellow in
So
2023.
we making
In
it's
2023, drink enough water that you have some clear pee, please.
okay. So Naomi's okay. There you go. So we made it. We distinguished against piss
See
and
me
pee.
drinking my water? Okay, my pee finna look just like this. Roy's
Yeah.
finna be yellow because he drinking beer.
I don't got the luxury.
Nigga, you better get you some water from the tap. Shit.
I'd rather die. Tap water.
Torian said the ghetto tap water. What up, Mo? You walked into some foolishness tonight. You know.
I see. What's up, y'all?
Ian,
Hey Mo.
y'all send a shout out to Shody Mo out here, man. AKA Moneybag Mo, AKA Cozy Mo. You did. You did. Yeah, Mo do need a little theme song for that Cozy. Get somebody to write some bars for you, Mo. We let you spit those bars.
Mo can write herself.
Yeah.
Man, okay. I apologize. Damn, I was gonna get Drake to do it, but fuck it. Okay.
Drake don't even do his own shit.
Allegedly, y'all better not slander Drake like that. Y'all get us all sued. Allegedly, we don't know what he do. He ain't got a lot of money.
Drake writes. I was in the studio with him writing.
There you go.
Just like he's a medical professional.
Right.
More entirely.
Hold out now. Y'all coming for my accolades? This is not what we're doing tonight.
I got writers that wrote such hits as this.
My bitch runs the street at night, and I can't sleep. I can't sleep.
There you go.
Hey.
There you go. So, you know, if you want you some fire, y'all hit me up, man. Let me put the number. What a number I have to call the show. All right, let's go, man. We're gonna talk about parent. Let's talk this parenting, man. It's been a lot going on with parenting. There was a picture. I'm trying to find it. I had it, but my computer's tripping. Of Tom Brady and his son, which was interesting. If one of y'all got it on your phone or your laptop, share your screen with me if y'all can pull it up and y'all can share your screen. My stuff is tripping right now, but Tom Brady had what was this on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok? I don't know where it was.
IG.
Okay. And it was Tom Brady and his son. His son is, I don't know the age, 12, 13, maybe somewhere in that age, 11.
Yeah, it was something there.
Somewhere around there, right? And it was two pictures. One, I think his son was like, they were like sitting on like a lounge chair, a beach chair type deal at the pool chair. And he's sitting down. I think his son is like sitting between his legs on top of his lap, something of the sort, right? It was like a picture of their feet. Somebody got the picture so we can put this up. And then the other one was one where like it was him and his son, and he's like kissing the back of his son's neck. It appears to be. I'm not sure. See, can I find it? You got it, Torian? If not, I'll try to find it.
Pull it up. Oh yeah, here we go.
Yeah, go ahead and share your screen, Torian.
Let's see if I can get it right.
Yeah, and you know, it was a lot of controversy on that.
Get it tight.
Right? A lot of people had questions and was like, you know, people had comments and people had a concern. Some people just wanted to be in folk business. You dig? What say y'all though? I mean, when he get the picture up, it'll be easier to see with the visual. But
well, as a person who has like made another person and like knows that like how pure and how true that love could be, I would say you can't like, what are you mad for one? Like, this is not, if you don't like something on Instagram, it's so easy to keep scrolling. Like, there's going to be like 1,000 there's gonna be like 1,000 other things that you could look at, like, but you know, I don't know. I can't remember the photo, but I wasn't like triggered by anything like that. But I mean, some people do have like abusive parents or whatever. But like, if that's the way you show love in your household, like, and that's the way you shoot the like love your kid, then that's okay. Like, some people like to kiss their kid on the mouth. I personally don't like to kiss my kid on the mouth, but I'm not gonna be like, you shouldn't be kissing your kid. Like, that's weird, or like, no, it's not unnecessary. Like, at this point, yeah, you should mind your business if your parenting doesn't look like that, or maybe like reevaluate the way you show your kids some affection.
No, definitely, because people was sexualizing it, and that's what the problem is. Like, everybody always got these issues with like gay, but then like anytime something happens, they always want to point out how it's gay or something. You know, like y'all always talk about the gay agenda, but like these straight people be the ones pushing that. Like, nobody would have thought that was something erotic, you know, till people make it something. And that's how, I mean, when I was younger, I used to kiss my dad on the lips, and there was nothing
until what age? Until what age?
I'm just interested. I don't even know, honestly.
Okay.
It was a little older though, you know, maybe not. Well, because
17. Go ahead. I'm playing. Go ahead.
Nah. What made it kind of stop was actually when I was at school, in like elementary school, and then like my dad would just kiss me bye, and I said bye, and then like some kid like said something. I was like, what? Like, I don't do that. Like, what? And that made me think about it and like kind of stop it. But it stopped maybe like for a day or two. But then I always had this mentality where I don't give a fuck what people think. So I just continue doing it. But I don't know when it stopped.
So it could have been 17. Okay, there we go. Let's keep going.
No, I was old enough to know the age, but it probably stopped around 12, 13.
Well, hell, Lil Wayne and Birdman was.
You so right, and that's not even his real daddy.
Yeah, they kiss each other in the mouth until. Do they still do it? I know they did it for a long time.
Oh my god, I don't know.
They was,
but yeah. No more. Some people are so different. Even like when you look at like different cultures, like when you're overseas, like, or how French people, like, they greet people with kisses, like, and you know, so it literally just depends. Different strokes for different folks. But yeah, and then he's saying love this boy, like, you know, you love your kid like crazy, and so it ain't no telling, like.
Yeah, but I think, and I want to make sure we get Mo and Light on here as well, because I'm interested in their perspective. But I think I saw like some person equated it to, you know, that like there is, I don't know what that age is, right? I think it's different for everybody. I'm not, you know, I'm the last person to tell somebody about parenting their child. But I think, like, let's say you have a boy and a girl, right? Or two boys, whatever, right? But typically, if you have a boy and a girl that are around the same age, I know, again, maybe this is some old school-ish, but they would get in the bathtub together, right? Up until a certain age, and then you're like, all right, you know, no, we ain't getting in the bathtub together no more, right? Because, you know, y'all still siblings, but y'all ain't getting in the bathtub together no more, right? I just think that I saw some people equating it to that, because there is some people saying, yo, there's just a natural cutoff to things. But go ahead, though. I want to make sure I get Mo and Lion on here as well.
I don't know if that happens when it goes to your freaking kids, though, because like, and maybe his kid wants to be up under him like that. Because like, personally, like, I was literally telling my son, like, could you like just stop following me, like, for 1 second? Like, you've been following me this whole time. I'm just trying to like live life, but no, like, they want to be right there, like, so it's natural, I think.
No, I definitely used to be up under my mom though a lot, where she used to be like, "Can you give me some space?" I'm like, "Girl, leave me alone." No, like,
no, but I also have to like make those boundaries now that he is older, right? Like, and he does realize that like boys and girls have differences. Like, he really be like teasing me for having to wear bras and shit. Like, it's so crazy. It's crazy, like having a boy, like.
You out here
So
covering. You got to cover your chest up, mama.
no, like
Out
no,
of here.
I wouldn't even have my chest out like that because he literally, boys with boobs. It would literally start that early. So like, I feel, yeah, I don't know.
What say you, Lionel? Let's go, my guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. It could be something that like people would maybe want to be concerned about. You never know. Or it could just be as fickle as like a day at the pool in the backyard for these rich people. You know? So it's just like, and then how do you call it? How do you say, no, he actually is too close and the kid's uncomfortable? Or how do you say, no, this is just how they grew up and this is perfectly
Right.
fine? So it's like at that point, you can't even call it. So you might as well just, like, what do you do? I do feel ultimately, bottom line, Americans could learn something from anyone who has affection, especially in the name of like love and your children, because that's important. I'll be hearing so many people talk about how they never hurt their parents. Or, I didn't grow up with my mom and dad saying I love you. Like we just didn't say that in our household, or we didn't hug in our house. And I think that's strange. Like that needs to be the headline up here. Like how many people don't get affection in their household growing up from their parents who's supposed to teach them love, show them love, and all the shit like that. So it could be and this could be completely innocent, or it could be something that's like, okay, you're weird. But it's hard to freaking judge from this point. Nonetheless, show your children affection, show your friends affection, show anyone that's in your life that you care about affection. That's actually a good energy. It's okay.
No doubt.
Don't be a creep. Don't be a weirdo. If you got those kind of tendencies, you need to go work on that and go heal. Don't be out here trying to show affection in the name of, bitch, you really are nasty or creep. You know? But there's nothing wrong with good old affection.
Right. Let's go, Shody Mo. Get in here.
I just think people will be ready to sexualize everything, honestly. Like, I didn't think it was that deep. Like, this is a father and son. He's still, young too. So, like y'all saying, he might be the type of kid that's just up under his dad or wants to be near him or, type of thing. But I definitely feel like there's a lot of people that are, that haven't experienced that type of love. You know what I'm saying? So they definitely project their own type of shit onto it. So I didn't really think much of it. I was like, okay, y'all doing too much. Like, y'all don't have to sexualize everything. But that's really it.
Right, F it. Let me be the old head in the room. Let's go here now. Cause we ain't gonna tiptoe through the damn tulips tonight. If I don't even like talking about parenting, but if we gonna talk, let's talk, goddammit. So two things, and we'll get to it. Two things. The first thing is
Here he go.
I am from that generation, Lionel, where my parents didn't grow up hugging me and saying I love you. I don't shit. I think my parents told me, like, I remember them saying I love you was like when they dropped me off at college, some shit like that. Like it just wasn't a thing. I don't Now look, maybe somebody might say go talk to a psychologist or something, but I don't ever remember feeling any less love. Now look, I don't know the other side of that, but I never felt like me and my pops got a great relationship. I literally talk to my parents every single day, multiple times a day. You know what I'm saying? But like that was nothing in our household, right? It was never a bunch of hugging before you go to school, even in elementary. It was never, hey, you get out of the car to go to school. Hey, I love you too. No, it was never that, right? So I'm putting that
Are
out
you
there.
good at Are you good at assuring people? Are you good at like emotionally being able to be there for someone and
How
support
long
them?
did it take you to tell your wife you loved her?
Well, first of all, I know my wife since it's different again because I know my
No,
wife.
tell me how long.
Okay.
When y'all got together the second time,
I try to answer the question. Well, see,
and did you tell her you loved her the first time y'all were talking?
Yeah,
No
man.
way, because Roy has literally always told us on this show that he just be avoiding shit. Like, I'm gonna just let it go. I'm gonna just, what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna let you,
Hey,
work through that
nuh-uh,
and just let me know type
nuh-uh.
of thing. You have definitely told us this before. So
No, but I'm saying though, no, I'm saying that because okay, so to answer that question, so you gotta understand when I again, me and my wife been knowing each other since we were both 12 years old, but when we got back together, I'm a fly nigga, so I'm a player. So hey, I told her I never stopped loving her. So there you go. So there's the answer to that. I never stopped loving you. You dig? So it was when we first got back together. You dig? So fly nigga shit. but I say that to say though that I do think that like I see myself even now as a parent. I do have like I've said more to my to my oldest daughter who's 14 now that I love her. I've told her more since she's been in. She's now a freshman in high school. So from the time she was in junior high to high school, just that time, I've told her more that I've loved her out loud than my parents told me my whole damn life. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. But then the other part is this I want to get to. And Courtney said, don't apply this. Listen, I'm not trying to apply it. I'm just speaking for myself, right? But
Courtney said my parents love me, and they told me all the time.
Right.
Courtney, that's cap. And he ain't. How old are you, Courtney? He ain't from my generation, nigga. Anyway, the second part is let's go back to this picture. Let's talk about what folks was really talking about. God damn it, because we tiptoeing through the tulips. Folks was really saying what they were alluding to and scared to say, but I'm gonna say it on No Strings Attached, right? We talk about relationships and the culture, and we don't hold back. Folks was really saying that if you're a boy and you and your dad are this affectionate, it's what everybody was scared to say is, oh, your son gonna turn out gay. That's what folks wanted to say, but they didn't say it. So let's go there, right? Because that's what folks was really, really, really talking about with this picture. Because on the surface, it ain't got nothing to do with shit. But that's what folks talk about, especially like fathers and sons. I talk to a lot of my homeboys who got sons. No cap. And if they in here tonight, they might attest to it. These niggas literally told me in a group chat one day, because I had the question, I don't have sons, I have daughters. They told me they would rather their son be a serial killer than gay. I thought these niggas were insane. I said, the fuck is wrong with y'all, bro? Dealing with.
That's sad, actually.
See, but that just shows you're ignorant.
Your new friends.
No, for real.
Fuck y'all. My friends are cool. Shit.
No, they not. What you mean they cool? They want their kids to be a killer than just be happy with their life.
No, but look, that's an honest opinion. I was happy that they was honest with me. To be honest, I was like,
they should have kept that honesty to the grave.
Wait, what was the thing? What did they say?
That they would rather their kid, that they would rather their son be a serial killer than be gay. That's what I thought it was.
Well, that's insane. Yeah, that's insanity.
But I'm saying though, but if we're gonna talk about old school and new school, I would definitely consider myself an old school now. I think it was a difference in mentality in terms of people, and like it's hard. Listen, it is hard to shake some of those ways for a lot of folks. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to shake some of that mentality.
No, because I know my mama definitely still be homophobic, and I'll be like, girl, like.
It's
for
like,
what? Like,
and
what?
even aside from
why
that,
do you even feel away? Like, what is it?
It's like all the things. It's just like I feel like older generations get like I don't know what you call it, but they just use the excuse of, well, this is just how I am. Well, like there's a lot of ways about myself that I feel like I would love to stay this way, or it just is what it is. But no, you have to freaking change. And you have to grow. And like there's so many signals.
Different. They don't want to grow like we do. Like our generation, we're like looking at growth. Like that's why we're the next evolution. But no, like I think my mama, I don't know if she will ever really fucking change some shit. Like, cause I be like, damn, I'm fucking 27 or 28, however fucking old I am. And like I just have learned and know so much now. And I'm just like, I be looking at my family like, damn, y'all had 50 years. 60 years, 70 years. Like how?
I think maybe y'all are
how you been the same way for 40 damn years? That's some wild shit. That's some wild shit to like be the same.
I think y'all are oversimplifying this though, right? Because take for example, right? There are still like racism is a thing that's been around for a long time, right? There are young people who are racist, right? Like it's not like there are things that are like most people in this country. Let's be very, very clear, right, about the LGBTQ community, right? The reason that like they have to fight so hard for certain things is because there are a lot of issues in society as a whole. Now, if people want to say, well, that's because old people run society, I would challenge that because if you go to a lot of these platforms, it's a lot. Man, listen, in America, we are still a very heavy Christian evangelical nation, and they talk. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like that's all ages. Because now listen, if you want to have my conversation, I would tell you that if you into that type of thing, I'm not knocking you, but you get indoctrinated very, very early in the church.
I mean, but that we all got indoctrinated with the same shit. Like I just said, how my mama still is. Like we all got indoctrinated with the shit. We understand that there's hate and like separation
Right.
in this society. But we also know now that we have like the power to actually change something, and like you don't ever want to be giving off a vibration of hate. That's a very low frequency, and that's going to keep you trapped in lower states of mind and going to keep you in a lower state of existence. So like I don't know, just like expand your mind, like, or at least just don't give a fuck. Like, let people do whatever the fuck they
Yeah.
want to do. Like, because at the end of the day, as long as a motherfucker is not gonna like kill you, they're not coming for you or your people. Like, it doesn't matter what the fuck they're doing.
But see, I think that
Yes,
y'all gotta
man.
I think, and look, I'm not caping for them, but you know how I got to do my thing, right? I
Go
got
ahead, go ahead.
This is the time where I'm
Man.
rolling risky.
Yeah,
But the
man.
thing is, though, that those people and their God told them certain things. And so in their mind, what they're saying is that I'm trying to save your soul, Naomi. That's why I'm doing it for your own damn good.
Okay, but there's many things that the Bible says like not to judge others, and that love covereth a multitude of sins. We know that we're all sinning. So like, and also not to fucking throw stones at glass houses. Like he who is without sin throw the first stone. So if you have sinned in your life and you thinking how somebody living is a sin, like no need to speak on that shit. Like, because my mom was a single mother. Okay. So, and she's like a Christian. So she could use that, like, they say no homosexuality in the Bible. Like, she could use that shit, but okay, but you also had a child out of wedlock. Like, so, like,
But the argument
What's
would
the
be,
whole
but,
thing?
but we're
but he-
moving away.
but here's the argument, though, Naomi. Before you move away, here's the argument, though. It's one thing to have sinned. It's another thing to live in sin. That's what they would tell you. Is that yes, I have sinned in my life, but I'm not still living in that sin. I'm just
And
telling you what
baby,
they would
save
say.
it for your child, because I'm sure one of them motherfuckers, okay, they're living with their boyfriend right now, living in sin, having sex. Like,
I'll be like, then why haven't I heard of you?
save it for
We
your like
Like,
own
no, why
future.
haven't we heard of you? Why are you not the next coming, like the second coming, bitch? Because if that's the case, then yeah, you that girl, you that guy. Like, we should all be praising you and bowing to your feet. If you walk around this bitch not living in sin, please
No,
let
no,
me know
no.
who you
That's
are.
not what I said. I'm saying that like they're just saying that like, hey, if you say like, yo, you had a kid out of wedlock,
No, I
yeah.
understand the concept, but it still goes back to Naomi's point. Like, I would still love to meet the person that thinks that they're not living in sin. Let me meet you. And let's talk and let's get into some things, because even if that's not the case, like now, like how long did it take you to even get to this point? Because just being a human, you cannot move like that unless you're like the Messiah himself. Clearly, that's the reason that's like all these years later and people still recognize him, because every bitch recognizes that it's hard being a human. And to think that there's this person that was able to walk like that, that's a thing. We would all be looking your way if you're that person. Oh, I'll live without sin. Okay, well, who are you? Let's meet, because you should be pop. You should be that guy or that girl. That's not the reality. The thing is, you just got so much. You got your nose so high up in the air, and your eyes so deep into the book that you feel like you can say something about the next person, forgetting the fact that you shit too, baby. Nobody on this planet doesn't shit. So your shit stinks and it's trash. It's boo boo. It's waste. So that's the thing. Like, please, please, please. And that goes across the board for all things. Like, the bottom line is like judgment. Like, that really is the vibration that you need to avoid. And like, put that same energy when you want to fix your lips to say something to someone else, including myself, because this is sort of judgy, but it's more like advice. Just don't judge people. Like, look in the mirror and say, what can I do to like make sure tomorrow is better than today?
Y'all look, JC ain't on here tonight. That's all I'm gonna tell y'all.
No, he lucky.
Look, for real, because you know he'll act like he got something to do.
Make
Okay,
me
go.
call JC up in here. He'll tell y'all about what the good books say.
I'm like, but that's literally just his perspective as somebody who's still like, you know,
trying to tell y'all. I'm just trying to tell you.
under the
Okay,
coaches.
let me ask Mo real quick, because I met Mo Daddy, and he looked like he he looked like he don't play.
Heard that homophobic? What you saying?
No, I ain't saying no.
You trying to say he never told her he loves her?
Right. What you
With y'all.
gonna say?
I'm just saying I met Mo's dad. Listen, he looked thorough. I wouldn't mess with him. I'm gonna be honest with you. Shit, I'd leave him alone. Would you say that you were raised old school mode, like in terms of old school, what you would consider old school values, or what, or were your parents kind of a little bit more chill, laid back with stuff? And
No,
sometimes it could change depending on the sibling.
they definitely, tried with the old school values for sure. It was kind of just like, okay, this is what y'all want till I'm out of the house, and then when I'm out of the house, I mean, like, there's literally nothing else that you can do from that point. And I feel like my parents understood that um, at a certain age, but they definitely tried it. And I mean, not to say that there aren't some morals that I've definitely learned from them. I've learned, definitely a lot from my parents, but I can also see a lot of um, adjustment that could be made with certain thought processes. You know what I'm saying? A little bit more growth can occur in certain areas, and that's where my mind, and my mentality goes to is like, well, that's what I'm practicing to do every single day. You know what I'm saying? I'm just now getting to that point of consciousness in my life where like I'm really like, okay, all right, like I'm just being somebody, better, being better every freaking day. Cause like looking back, I'd be like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like I was out here just what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's how I look at some situations that I've been through, some people I've had in my life. Like, so, but I mean, definitely a lot has helped guide me here from what my parents say, but I had to get up out there and kind of see for myself too, because I feel like it was a lot of kind of just being held back in ways of being able to just find myself, because I was a people pleaser for a long ass time. And that I feel like is what kind of put me there. So I don't know if that makes any sense. I might be talking in a circle.
No, I definitely get what you're saying, and I definitely feel like my parents weren't strict or weren't like big Bible thumpers. I would say, my mom, she never went to church. My grandma was the one who was taking me to church with her when I was younger, but then my mom never went, and then my dad wasn't like a big church person either. But I remember just like even like growing up, I just remember like when it was like stuff with homosexuals in it and stuff, it was never like you turn this shit off. Like when I would be at like some family house, they'd be like, turn this off. Like we can't watch this. Like I remember being so surprised that I was watching like how to get away with murder. And like it was like when two of the guys was kissing. And I was watching it in my room, and my dad just came in. He was like, "Oh, what is this?" And he like sat down and watched it with me. I was like, "What the fuck?" Like he ain't gonna say nothing. Like no homophobic slur gonna come out. Like what? I was so thrown off, and I was like, "Whoa!" And that's what kind of like maybe like, okay, you know what? Maybe I could tell my dad about my life, and then I eventually did, and it was like a whole shocker. Like I was just so surprised by his like response. Like he had told me like he's like, "I don't care." He's like, "I love you." He's like, "God gave you to me to take care of you. I'm gonna take care of you." And I was like, what? Like, nigga, no, be mean. Like, say something. Like, my story's too nice. Like, I want to like a story like everybody else. He's like, my dad hated me. He didn't talk to me. I'm like, damn, nigga.
And your ass still be being mean to your dad. I be telling you.
Be mean so
I know you gotta be careful what you ask for.
No, I mean, yeah, I'm nice for that. And I was just so surprised. I was like, damn, I thought I deserved that. That's kind of where it was at. But I realized, like, no, like, nothing I've done in my life will warrant that kind of disrespect or that hate. And I was like, I'm really surprised. I'm like, I really appreciate of like the fact that I have a relationship with my father. Like a lot of my gay guy friends don't have a relationship with their father. So I definitely cherish that. And I respect my dad for that. Like he never said anything out of pocket. He might say the essential thing like, she wants to give me this and I ain't gay, but I'm like, okay. But he never got like disrespectful with it, It's that typical, okay, that's shit older folks say. But that's about it. Like he never really got too deep on anything.
Yeah. No, that's good. I mean, but listen, let me say this. I can say this as a person who I believe 100%. I was raised super old school. I am definitely super lax on my kids. It's always funny. I always tell my kids, especially my oldest dude, I'd be like, yo, you could not have made it with your grandma when she was when when she was in her prime. Because first of all, my parents, these are not the same people that I grew up with now. They're older and they trying to get into heaven now. So these people are the nicest, sweetest people on earth to their grandkids. They were mean as hell when I was growing up. They didn't play. I remember my homeboy came to pick me up to go hoop. And I was telling my pops, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. It was like a Saturday. I'm like, yeah, pops, I'll go ahead and cut the grass tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? He was like, nah, nigga, you gonna cut this grass now. I'm like, yo, but I'm finna go hoop. He was like, I hear you, nigga. What you finna do is go down there and cut that grass, and then you can do whatever you want to do. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Now my homeboy waiting in the car with the music on. I'm out here sweating, trying to hurry up and cut the grass. Nigga, when in the summertime, my pops was crazy. In the summertime, you know, kids, you stay up all night in the summer, you wake up late, right? Not
Your ass knew you had to mow that damn grass. So shit.
Not in my house in the summertime, nigga. In the summertime, we were up every day at 7:00. No matter what, just get up, nigga. What you want me to do? Nothing, nigga. I just want you to be awake. Like,
your
Jesus.
parents will wake you up like that?
That is
Yes.
What, and they was going to work after or what?
No, it would just be no matter. He just wanted me up. Ain't no sleeping in. We ain't for to sleep around. No. They get up.
That's crazy. That's the type of shit that would have me ready to run away. Like,
Okay.
I would have been like, no,
Like,
that
wake
would have been too hard.
Somebody you and Ludacris.
I love sleeping.
I would have ran away.
Run away. No, I love sleep too
You
much.
see it? That'd be different with the grandkids. Look, I'm telling you, these are old people trying to get into heaven now. And they are like, we did a lot of wild shit. Let me spoil these grandkids. No, sir. I still remember.
No,
Because
I
I feel like
grandkids and the younger siblings, because I swear my little sister had
Yes.
it easier.
Yeah, young siblings get it. Yeah.
I
For
ain't never
sure.
get whooping. And I remember one whooping. It was just he like stopped the car and just yanked me out the car and whooped me in the middle of the street.
Mm-hmm.
She ain't never got that. I'm like, I be wanting to give it to her because he ain't give it. Like, come on now, be fair. I want to see one good whooping.
No, for real. But it's just like when parents get older, they get like a little bit more lazy, like laid back. Like they're like, fuck it. Like shit.
Definitely.
Like shit. Cause I know like it was a big enough age gap between me and my brother where the difference was definitely seen. But also like I was also very like when I was young, I was very intuitive. Like I never really got in trouble. Like I was doing shit. Okay, but I could sneak and do shit. I knew exactly who my mama was and exactly how I needed to roll into the like shit. But
What up, Mac?
dang it, there was something I wanted to say.
That's the
Damn, I
weed.
can't remember what it was.
That's what my parents told me don't do weed. They told me don't smoke weed. You see, she smoked and she forgot. That's
I'm
why.
like, you listening to your parents.
Loser.
Nah, dude, that was really me though. Like, not you, like, nigga, because I would definitely, I know how to play exactly the fucking role right there to your face. Okay, yes.
That's the thing. But to y'all point though about parenting, right? As they like with the other siblings, I think like you've done all that yelling with the first sibling, maybe the second one. You know this shit don't work after a while. You've done all this. You like, you know what? You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna waste my breath. I know how this is gonna go. I'm gonna tell them this. They're gonna do what they want to do anyway. Let me just chill out and not give myself a damn stroke yelling at these kids. I'm telling you, you just get worn down. You don't want to yell at these kids no more. You just want them to be quiet. That's all you want. Okay, just be quiet. Just sit down somewhere. But see, I come from an age, and I wonder if y'all were raised like this because I am a little bit older than y'all, just a little bit. I was raised in a time where they told us kids ought to be seen and not heard. So all that little shit where like as a kid you got an opinion or you want to add your little shit to the no.
Yeah, we definitely still had that too. And I be telling my son that. Like he be thinking I'm playing with him. Like I'm like, boy, don't you know kids, they used to have it even harder. Okay. Cause he be like, I hate school. I'm like, you wanna know what kids was doing before they created schools? Like you was at work with the adults. Like that's literally what was happening. Losing y'all fingers and limbs in the fucking factories. Like, cause kids ain't have no fucking business working. But yeah, no, that definitely was a thing. And I'm like, but I remember what I wanted to say. What I wanted to say is, see, in my parenting, I'm all for like believing. Like, our we're here for our parents, like to be able to check their ass. Like you're supposed to learn something from your kid as much as they learn from you. Like it's a mutual relationship, a mutual beneficial relationship. And when you're on that shit, like seen but not heard, you're not listening to this child who's like a totally open channel for like their intuition, like direct channel with God. Like kids be feeling shit, they be seeing shit, like they're more tapped in than you for sure than the older folks were. Like, and y'all weren't even listening. Like, so no, and like childhood is such a like special stage. Like you can't just like, cause literally their mind is just being shaped.
Andre said, "Stay out of grown folk business." You see it.
No, and I'll still say that for sure, because you're gonna stay out of grown folks' business. There's a time for you to talk, but I'm not just gonna completely shut you up and discount you and make you feel like you're not worth, like you don't have no fucking worth. Like you're
Okay.
a child, because I know, like, because that's why I couldn't wait. Like being an adult is a good space for me, because as a child, like I'm a Libra child too. Like that shit's just so unfair. So unfair. Like I could just think of all the fights I was getting into with adults because they had me fucked up. And like I knew for a fact they had me fucked up. And like they would just get to have it because they're an adult. Like, and now, like, because Cash be saying some shit, my son, like he'll say something, like, and he'll be so totally justified. And it may be some like adult shit, and maybe he's speaking like on a grown person. He could be so correct, but it has to be like, okay, well, you can't say that. Okay, like that's not something you're allowed to say just because you're a child. Like, and so it's just such an interesting thing, like the way it's set up for us to have our children. But no, I think our children, like in our connections with our parents are one of the most important like relationships that we have. Like that's like something that's meant to be a lifelong bond, however long that life lasts. Like that's something that that y'all share together. Like it just so interesting,
Yeah. Nah. No, I respect it. I would say this though. Any old heads in the chat, let me know how y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do y'all think about the way that y'all were brought up? And how do y'all parent now? I think that's interesting, right? Because I think one thing that I've learned from every person who's a parent is that whatever they felt like they were slighted on or that they didn't like about the way that they were raised, they definitely compensate for that, right? They definitely make sure that they don't do that to their children, right? Like that's the one constant. If they feel like, oh, well, I didn't like that my mom did this or my dad did this, they will never do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's a thing as well. You know what I mean? So, for me, Jesus Christ, is everybody okay? I just want to make sure everybody's okay. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Dante said, what do you say? My parent is totally different from the way that I was raised. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that's because like I think that like Dante, your parents would probably say that the way they raised you was actually easy in relation to how they were raised, right? Because they're from an older generation where like ish was different then. I think it just gets different as time goes on, right?
It's the
it
same.
gets better as time
I know.
goes.
I feel like it's so cool because it's the same blood.
I don't know if I can say better or worse. I don't know if I can qualify like that. It's okay for y'all too. I don't know if I would qualify it as better.
No,
or
I
worse.
said it should get better.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't know if I can qualify it that way by saying it's getting better.
Because I mean, you just said different. But I mean, like,
yeah, it's different because I think times can dictate certain things. Like I may have to be this way because of, like, you got to think how the world was in the 50s, right? In the 60s. If you're growing up as a black person at that time, I might have to be a certain way on you. I can't let you do certain things, quote unquote, as a kid because of what's going on. You don't understand that as a kid. I'm just trying to keep you alive.
no, definitely. And that's exactly why my son's not even in school. Like, and so that's even like a different experience that he has to have. I remember he had asked me something. He asked me something like about school, which is like in his version of what school is for him. And I was like, I was at real school. Like I was literally in a classroom for like 8 hours. Like that shit is such.
He's like, really? You had a
No,
teacher?
like, cause he doesn't even remember like the times that he did have in school. So it's like a whole nother experience.
Hmm.
Now, but like, cause that's just, I don't know. I'm don't get half the butt whoopings I got. Shit, my son get more butt whippings than me. But like I said, like I was a good, like I was so smart, like. But he's also a boy, and so like, cause I remember I would be with my cousin, and he would never know when to stop talking. Like he would like literally just keep going. Like he gonna make that ass whooping worse. Like we already got caught. Like please just be quiet. But no, he would just do it, and that shit would just get so much worse for him. And like,
I pretty
Yeah.
oh
much said
wow.
that.
Yeah, I homeschool my 7, about to be 8 year old. It is definitely an experience, but you know, like have y'all seen the shit that's just been happening in public schools? Like, did y'all see that boy get his ass beat by his teacher?
Oh yeah, yeah. The
Like
14
that
year,
shit was crazy.
the little Hispanic. The kid was talking reckless though,
I know.
man.
I really do not blame that guy because it's still
He was talking
humans. It's
reckless.
like we're still humans. If we were living
Okay,
in
but
like
that's kids.
Robo
Like
world, no, that's not kids, and that's the thing.
that
So
is. I was just like
it's a
I was
fine
coming at
line.
teachers
No,
too.
listen. My
Right.
little because my little cousin, he's like 3 or 4. He had to go from one school, like one daycare, and his parents are getting guap, like ridiculous amounts of money, and they can't even focus on their bag because the kid is like getting kicked out of school after school after school. And it's not just like a some people in the family say, oh well, it's just the age and it's kids, but it's like that's not real because we didn't have that experience. I know a lot of people whose kids never get kicked out. There's something there and you have to look at it. Otherwise, this will like graduate. It'll go from this to that, then it'll be like 10, and it'll be that, and it'll be 12, and it looks like that, and then 20, and it looks like that. And
Of
so
course,
at
because the
some point,
schools don't have space for somebody to be like different than what they want you to be. They
well,
only
what
could
kind of
fit
different are
you.
we talking? That's the thing. Because
I
if you
don't
want to be
know,
disrespectful or
but
talk out of turn, then that's not okay.
I
Because
don't
there is
know.
structure.
No, there is definitely structure in that shit. But like I don't know, because I just still have a vivid memory of what it was like for schools. Like I remember all the bad black boys that got in trouble in our class, like when the teachers just couldn't take that shit, like they're overwhelmed. Like I remember what happened to me just being like a black girl, like, oh, she is angry. We need to put her in anger management.
Yeah.
You need to be in ISS. You
But
have no
that's where
respect for
parents come
authority.
in.
No, I don't
But that's where
respect
parents
you
come
because
in.
you don't have no real
That's where
authority
parents
over
come in, and it
me.
sucks because there are a lot of kids that will fall through the cracks because their parents aren't at the schools. Because I remember there was
Because
a
their
time where
parents are
a
working all
teacher.
day and they're
Well,
so
when you
fucking
have to make
tired.
space, bitch, listen. There was a time where because that matters. So if you want to go just focus on money, then your kids will be on the other side getting the short end of the stick. So you got to make it work one way or the other. But I remember there was a time where a teacher had me fucked up and threw something in my direction. We don't play like that at all. So what we had to do was get some shit understood. And I still am a kid. So what I did was let my parents know. And both my parents from that bitch, we had a meeting with Mr. Fields and a bunch of other people. It almost totally went down in the name of my dad. Let me make this clear. Like he had to make it clear, well, we're not gonna do Mr. Teacher or anybody in the space. You see how quick I got here, and I'll do it again. It'll be faster next time. But shit does have to be understood. That's like if you have someone in like a hospital or whatever, like you're gonna have to be there adamantly making sure that they're being accounted for and like this is done. Otherwise, people slip through the cracks, and like it's not like people do their job 100% of the time, all as they should. So then we're talking about children, or like you're gonna have to be there to like cross the T, dot the I, because it's not always gonna be perfect.
Michael Mitchell said, "That's not kids. I've been a teacher for almost 20." He said, "That's not kid. I've been a teacher for almost 20 years. I hope I'm never in that situation. I
A
just,"
student never tried to fight you
he
before?
said, I just leave. Well, but like that's the thing,
Have
right?
a student tried to fight you before, Michael? And what grade do you teach? And what is the demographic of the school?
Jesus Christ, a lot of questions. Okay.
Well,
I
The
just
my
need the
parents,
clear
thing I
picture.
would say though is that like that kid was looked like he was like junior high to high school age, right? And he's in here talking about he called the man all types of N words, FUs, and I'll do this. It's like, now listen, I don't know what else had gone on before that. I don't know if he could have just called somebody, but listen, bro, these kids got to stop at that point as a child. You can't be that disrespectful.
no.
Cause that's
Have
just
you seen people's parents? Like people
I
are
know.
fucking lost out here. No,
Can I
But
but
what
hold
do
just
on.
you
say
do?
something
People are fucking lost out here. And at the end of the day, if you're gonna sign up to be a teacher, know that kids are bad. Everybody know that kids are fucking bad. They're
No.
dumb. They don't have no full functioning. If they're upset, they're fucking upset. Just like a 2-year-old fucking throws a fit and they mad. Niggas still they be 25 throwing a fit on the internet. What are you talking about? Niggas are like,
But
okay,
you
so
don't
I
fuck
feel
them up.
like
Like,
at
what do
the
you do
end of the
though?
day, when it comes to a child, that's rule number. If you don't know anything about parenting, these kids are gonna come at you, and sometimes you gotta fucking walk out the fucking door. Go, that nigga, all he had to do was leave the classroom. That's what I would have did. If a nigga acting like that, okay, let me just this nigga tripping. I could go to the office, like fuck the kids. Let me go, like remove yourself. You're the adult. You should at least, but see how that nigga got mad? See how y'all trying to give an excuse for a grown ass
Well, I'm not
man?
giving an
Like,
excuse, but I can
oh, you
imagine.
got called a nigga, and
well.
so now
Listen,
you want
Well,
to
that's
fight?
why my son will know. My son will know to never disrespect or like don't do this to an adult because bitch, everybody don't got it. And I'm not trying to have to leave work to come blow the school up because you didn't call him a nigga. Now we gotta go to war. So we can avoid all this when you close your motherfucking mouth and put that pen to that paper. We avoid all of it. Do what you're supposed to do in here and don't get disrespectful or you're gonna have to deal with me.
But
yeah,
also about the teacher, a week prior to that incident with the kid, he was jumped by 3 kids. So that's probably why he was more on edge in that situation.
I commend that teacher, honestly. He tried,
That's
bitch.
why
He
no,
tried.
but and that's why people are quitting being teachers.
Yeah.
That's why people are quitting BT, and that's what's also fucked up with the school system. Like, ain't even enough teachers. Niggas being taught by these subs. Like, it's subs in the class every motherfucking day since this COVID shit. Like, kids not even really being taught. We weren't being taught in there anyway. They already taken out all the black shit that we were barely taught. I didn't get vital black history until I got to college. That's the only way you can learn anything black is to be at a fucking university and be blessed enough to take a fucking black culture course because they won't like. So no, at the end of the
But then
day,
why would that be the
at,
case? Why would they be more likely to display that kind of because that's the thing for me. You have to go back to the house no matter what. We ain't
you
gonna be
do
out in the
have to
world
go back
talking
to the
about
house, but
yes, you
then that
do.
goes back to the system. I'm sure
Well,
everybody would
we're the
love to
parents
be a
though.
loving parent that
Yeah.
has the time to be there, to have a 2-parent home, but they're a 1-parent. They got to work 2-3 jobs. They're dependent on the school to teach their children because that's what society has said. Like, okay, we're going to take care of your children.
But
They're
they don't
spending
teach them
8 hours.
respect
Hold
though.
on, because they're
Respect you learn
spending
at
8
home.
hours a day. You're supposed to be at work 8 hours a day at least. If you're traveling, that's damn near an hour or 2 commute time. You're away from your child that time. You get
Man,
home, you gotta
only it's
cook
the
dinner.
world. You know that there are people
No,
that
it is
it's like
the
welcome to
fucked
the world.
up. No, and that's what I'm trying to say. And people are broken from this fucking world. And so they are broken children. And if you're gonna be a teacher, have a fucking heart and not get mad and understand, like, okay, the bigger situation, there is something going on at home. Let me at least try to be a safe haven and not be the only one that's beating this nigga ass. Cause he's probably getting his ass beat at home. He's probably exhibiting the behavior of the parent.
well, let me
Exactly.
ask you
That's
this though,
usually how
Naomi.
it
What
goes.
about? But
So
Naomi,
at the
what
end of
about?
the day,
But what about the other 19 students in my class that's sitting down?
are they all sitting down?
I mean, he
Like,
was the
and
only
are
one
they
standing up
like,
to this man out.
And it was a music class. Just they had their instruments ready to go. They were standing at attention, ready to blow. And then here we go. It's time to pop off. In band class, we popping off. I mean, but no, that's a valid point. But then that's where I said we're not gonna look at the school though for that because that's insane. That's so heavy. If we can't even look at parents then to establish this with their own kids before they come to the school, we're not gonna look at the school and the teachers say, understand this. No, there's like it, that's why I always say anytime I see anything, I always relate it to the parents because you're right. It's not like the kid is just gonna come out the coochie knowing how to come. Like any and everything that they learn is going to come from what's observed and then what they hear and shit like that. So if you feel confident enough to talk to this person who is here to help you, who is here to teach you something, you feel confident and comfortable enough to do that. That's already a problem. We're not gonna look at I don't know, like because there's only so much a person can take. If it wasn't a human, if it was robot teacher, then totally just like make sure he feels safe, check Check. Like, does he feel secure? Check. He's probably got this going on at home. Okay, come and take this approach. Check. But these are humans, and God knows what that man has going on. And like, it's a lot of shit going on for everyone. So, to be fair, let's make sure that like our kids are not
being
disrespecting people.
respectful.
Yeah.
While you were talking about that, I literally remember this one time I was on this teacher's ass and he got so mad. Like, he was a white man and he turned red. Like, because I asked him, I was like, damn, is it because I'm black? And he got so mad. Like, it was Mr. Cleaver, fucking physics dumbass.
I've heard that name before.
No, like, because you probably had Mr. Hallamarian,
Yeah,
but I had
right.
Mr. Cleaver. He was the other physics teacher.
Okay.
But, like, literally, me and him would always be beefed up. We were beefed up to the point where it was like, he was like, I'll just count you here. Don't even come to class no more. I'm like, okay, bet. Like, and then we ended up being cool senior year by the time I was out his class. But, like, I could not fuck with his ass. But, like, he was dumb. Like, and now even when I look back in my adult mind, I'm just like, girl. But of course I was a child. So like, and for me, like I could just be taunting and laughing at your ass. And now you're
but it would have taken your mom. Like your mom needs to be privy to that. He should have called your mom.
No, like no, but I also what made me laugh is because on Facebook I posted a screenshot of the email that he tried to send to my mom, but like I was the one who set up the parent portal. No. So like it went to my email.
Oh my
and
God.
I literally posted shit on Facebook because he was like, Naomi has no respect for authority. She thinks she could do whatever she wants. I'm like, bitch, and I can't. And did and will continue. Je fais comme je veux. Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm not a goody two shoes. I'm not gonna listen. I'm not gonna listen unless that shit is valid and correct. When that shit is valid and correct, I'll listen. But if it's not,
who determines what's valid and correct?
Me.
Well, see, that's
all I like to go for.
Michael Mitchell says, kids tell me all the time that my parents don't care, my mama don't care if I get in trouble. I tell them here in Coach Mitchell room, we have rules, abide by them or get out. There you go.
Look, boom, and that's what I would do. I would get kicked out of class, and then I'm already kind of there. Because literally, I was on some shit in school. Like, so I was always in trouble for, like, what's it called? Truancy. Like, I went to, like, court for that shit. Because, like, fuck school, right? But, but, yeah. Fuck school. And I still made great grades on top of this.
Hold on. Can y'all hear this?
No. If you're playing something.
Yeah, no.
Y'all able to hear any of that?
No.
Nothing.
No.
Nada. Zilch.
No. Well, hell. Okay, let's go to Jasmine's question. Jasmine said, if you got a call from the school that a teacher beat up your kid, how would you handle the situation? I think we all would turn up, right?
I would obviously fuck him up.
Okay, so
my child is gonna be good. I know my child ain't got no reason to get into an altercation when I'm
yeah, because that's what I know that if it were happening, well, I wouldn't say because I'm working on it. It takes a lot of effort, and I know that things are to be earned. And so for me to like, you don't just, kids aren't just born away. Like I have to really instill into like, is that this is how we come when we enter this school. Otherwise, you got to deal with me. Like just like my parents let me know, like this is how you represent us and yourself. Otherwise, you got to face me. He has to know that. So if I get a call that's like that, and what did he do? If he's at fault, then he's gonna have to see me. But nonetheless, this teacher still has to see me too. So it's gonna be one or two ass whippings. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, because I'm a soul switch to Naomi. I'm like, you should have been in the door and walked away. But if it was me, I'm being that chill ass.
Literally, like I said, I had the system down. So I would literally get kicked out of class, call my mama. If it was really finna be like a write-up and they were gonna end up calling me to the office eventually, like when they find my ass in my next class and shit. Like I would literally lay down, tell my mom what happened for my shit. So boom, she already know. She already on my side. Like, bitch, call my mama. She already know what the fuck is up. Okay.
She already don't like you anyway.
No, like
let me give an old head story time real quick, because here's how old I am. I'm so old that when I was in junior high, right? Not only did 99.9% of people not have cell phones, but also on your house phone, most people didn't even have call waiting, because that was an extra feature that you had to pay for. and everybody ain't paying. Everybody ain't got the money to pay for all this call waiting. Just people can just beep on in. No, 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 no. Ain't all this beeping on in, right? So growing up in the H, when we would get in trouble in class, they would tell you call your parents, right? You go to the phone, you call your parents. Well, here's the deal. We some kind of way it got out in junior high. Uh-oh, can y'all see me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. My system went crazy.
Yeah,
And it wasn't no thing. It wasn't no thing where like y'all where like they could see the number you dial. You just went up there. And we all knew the number, the 97.9 in the box, 3905 97.9. I know it to this day. Right?
Let me write that down.
Right. 3905 97.9. That's the number. So we would just go up there, call the radio station, give them the phone, and let them see that it's busy. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I called my mom on this phone busy. What you want me to do, fam? You know what I'm saying? I called. That worked forever up until somebody like some kind of way somebody said something or did something, then they effed it up for everybody around like 8th grade. But yeah, that was all
Crazy.
yeah, that was all the thing. Yeah. Because they knew nobody had no cell phone. They had no way of verifying. We called this radio station. Here you go, ma'am. Listen, it's busy. My mom busy on the phone. I don't know she watching the stories. I don't know what to tell you here. All my children is on. So yeah, there was that. There was that.
I told you her stories was on right now. She ain't gonna answer.
Right. Beforehand. My mama ain't gonna answer. Yes, she is. She the caller. Okay, hold on. Shit,
even when I was in high school, having cell phones was like still new. So like we didn't have that access to like right away call. Cause I remember they was like doing like cell phone checks and shit. Like niggas was hiding their cell phones to get through security check, just so they wouldn't take our shit for the whole day. And I just remember like you just knew what day it was when you come on a bus and it's like you just get there and it's like the little metal test out there. You're like, oh shit, they finna do cell phone checks. Like, how we gonna hide this? You put this in your bra, put it, come on. Like that was just so crazy. And to know like later years they just had their cell phones no problem.
No, because I couldn't imagine not being able to have a phone.
Okay,
Mike got my phone and then have to put it in my shoe, then put my phone somewhere. Like,
oh Lord, that's a lot, Torian.
In your shoe, just to keep your phone for the day. Like, it was wild.
Michael Mitchell, who's a school teacher.
Michael, I would not get beat up because I would shoot first. If you ever touch my kid,
Jesus Christ,
it would be shots first and foremost.
Oh, not shots.
I'm not gonna be coming to put hands on somebody and box. I'm not gonna box you, bitch. No, I'm gonna shoot you. It's gonna dance, bitch.
Michael's reply
to dance, bitch.
You better dance like Michael Jackson.
Michael Mitchell's reply to Jasmine when she asked, "What would you do if somebody you got to call your kid got beat up?" Michael said, "Now, if you come up to the school with that mess and get beat up in front of your kids, what you gonna do? You know, you gonna start, popping off at the school?
No, you gonna teach your child like sometimes you take L's, and I'm gonna take this L. I'm gonna walk away."
And then the fact that the kid had to go back, the fact that the kid has to go back to school tomorrow and with the same teacher, and you just got your ass whooped.
Right, you came with talking crazy and the teacher to put hands on you. Hands
the teacher whooped your ass already, which caused your dad to come now get his ass whooped. It's too much.
No, hopefully your child know that they can't depend on you, so they gotta keep quiet in class.
Yeah, he said, "Lima, you crashing out."
And that's my problem. It's never like a 5. It's gonna be either we're chilling at 0 or we're at 10.
Right, they wild. Okay, man, let me put this up real quick. It popped up on the chat a minute ago. Let's go hear about parenting because this was something that kind of went low key viral. A young lady put this up on her Twitter, on her personal Twitter. She wasn't bothering nobody. She put this up on her own page. You can see it there. She said, let me blow it up a little bit so you can see it. Did that blow it up? I don't know if that blew it up.
No, that made it smaller. You had it better. Yeah, that's nice.
That's good right there. Hold on, I got you. Hold on. My eyes is bad. I can't even see it. Damn, I done messed up again. Hold on. Jesus Christ. She said, if I have birth complications, save me, not the baby. Where my ladies at? Both of the ladies left. Hold on.
I'm right here. I heard.
Asking you shall receive.
There you go. She said, if I have birth complications, she said, save me, F them kids. Where the Michael Jordan meme at? F them kids, she said.
Yeah, and some
It's
people are
so
like
funny
that,
to
and
say
that's
that.
why you got to have those type of conversations with your partner. You got to have those type of conversations with your partner, because I definitely would have felt like save the baby and not me, because I'd probably be no.
Let's go, Shorty Mo. What you doing, Mo?
What?
What you mean, what, nigga? you gonna you want them to save the
I never
baby, or you
really
want them
thought about that, honestly. I think it would just have to be dependent on the situation. I mean, am I looking bad off? You know what I'm saying? Is it looking real ugly for me? Because I mean, in that
Yeah,
case, I
that's
want
not
you to
good.
make a logical decision about the two. You know what I'm saying? But I
Yeah,
mean,
that-
I don't know. I feel like women definitely are able to move forward from losing children, but that's pretty traumatic. You know what I'm saying? I feel like for either way it goes. So I don't know. I really can't say for sure until I'm in that position of really having a child and shit like that. But I would
Yeah.
say I would want, I think I would want my partner to just be logical about it. Like, what is the situation at hand and what makes more sense to do? You know what I'm saying?
A nigga not choosing that baby. A nigga would never choose the baby. I feel
Oh,
like.
that's messed up, Naomi, to say.
You think a man would
That's
choose a
tough.
baby over
Yes, I
the
think some
woman
men
they
would choose the
love?
baby.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I mean, we
They
could
would
have
choose
another
it if the
child.
mama said that. No, because I know I literally told my baby daddy, if I die in childbirth, like, don't hate the baby. Like, because I feel like men, they will do that. They'll be like, this motherfucker took the only woman I ever loved. Like, they be resenting the child whole time. So, like, yeah,
I'm just
that
saying,
shit's
man.
real. But you
Well,
gotta
that's
have those
easier
type
said
of
than done. For you to be able
conversations.
to
yeah.
like to trust that that's exactly what he would do. I mean, you don't know what that person would become if that were to happen. So it's like I can promise you all kinds of stuff before this actually happens. But if it does happen, like you know what I'm saying? It's just still a kind of a wild
You
card.
better still do. If I didn't told you
It's just
exactly what
just
the
didn't
fuck
say
I
no, I
want you
won't
to
ever have
do.
any grudges or anything, because that's like something you can't necessarily decide. I mean, if somebody feels a way about it, then they may just still feel that way. It takes time to grieve and get over things. So who knows what the wild card is with that person? Like until that person's
Mhm.
put in a situation, you don't know what they'll do.
I mean, you could definitely feel that way, but I think for Naomi's point, it's just don't act on it. You know, like even though you might hate this child, like, but still show him love, still condition him how I would. You know, like don't just like totally just let's go live with your grandparents.
Disassociate from that
Even
shit.
though this is your arch nemesis now.
That's your arch, that's your child at the end of the day. Like
I
it's your
know, but I'm just saying, like, to assume that someone is strong enough to do that. You know what I'm saying?
For
Like,
me, I wouldn't even
that's
try it. I
still
would
a wild card in my opinion, because you won't ever know unless they're in that position.
No,
Like,
because it's
you
easy as
gone,
fuck
you don't
to
know what's
love your
gonna happen now. Like, they
baby.
could be like, well, shit, she's
It's
not even here.
easy as
Like,
fuck to love a
adoption.
baby. It's easy as fuck as love a baby. Like evolution has made it possible, like that we just be loving the babies as soon as we see that motherfucker. Like,
Yeah.
and so it literally be like a twisted hate. But you know, that could be traumatic for men, I guess. Like to really like lose a woman that they loved and like, you know, that's
I
some
would
heavy
choose
shit.
to have the woman. I've always thought that's the obvious because we can make more babies.
No, and like, but I feel like, especially like if it was like the end of a pregnancy, like you're already just so connected to that baby. Like you're just like, you really don't want life like without this. Like, and I think it takes men for like the baby to be born to be able to feel those feelings. But like for women, you've been feeling this shit for the last 9 months. Like you literally been dreaming of meeting your baby and then like, you know. So like, yeah. And then I don't know, like this soul's supposed to be born. Like maybe I'm okay with like leaving at this time if I'm meant to like die. Like, but you know, so that's just definitely like important conversations. Like Lionel, have you had the conversation with Tamara about like what would happen if you were like in an accident, God forbid, like would you want to be on life support, or how long would you want like extreme
Mhm.
measures to be taken? Would you want them to do everything they fucking could, no matter what. Like, have you had
Mm.
those conversations?
Sort of, but not like thoroughly. Like, cause I've been in that like like in that I've worn those
Mhm.
shoes, and so I've kind of like alluded. But then I don't know. We've talked about that because it's such a crazy position to be in.
Or even
Even
like just funerals. Like, what do you want done with your body?
I know I'm still processing that. I'm still like contemplating that. Like,
No, you
yeah,
definitely should have those conversations.
it's a lot to think about. But then it's natural. You have to think about
But
it.
it's like literally, yeah, it could happen.
Yeah, and so ultimately, I'm like, yeah, I've got all this insurance. This is to see if anything happens. Use this account. I need to get more detailed about like that. Like you just need to be prepared, I guess. But I just rather turn up and live like a great life and be happy. But then that's irresponsible. It's like blindly living because at some point the people in your life will have to deal with all the like baggage of like a mishap during birth or any type of shit. Like that leaves everyone in your family responsible for the thing. So it's like the least we can do as responsible adults is like get into that kind of shit. Like what happens if this? What happens if this? What how are we coming? Like
Mhm.
that's a real conversation. I love that we've been talking about this tonight because it could be heavy, but it's necessary.
No, it definitely is necessary. Like I was speaking to someone about like the fact that I read death certificates every day with my job and like that I be handling like life insurance claims. And they were like like just thinking like dang, so like, you know, somebody has to die and you're like dealing with all this shit. And I'm like, yeah, but I just feel like it's such a natural thing. It's actually very interesting to see like the way it goes. It's very interesting, life and death.
Yeah, I think you should have those conversations with even your friends too, just because like if you do die without having a partner, like your parents won't automatically know like what
Hmm.
about. So I feel like I always tell some of my friends that like if anything happened, just know that I want to be cremated.
No, I want to be cremated too.
I want to be cremated. You could put me in necklaces, or you could put me. I want to be planted to a tree, but I
Not
do.
all that. Grow me in some weed.
Okay. And my dad
Like
used to tell me
hi.
that too.
We're not
Like
smoking on an APAC.
No facts. That's literally.
definitely that. But my dad also told me like I don't want to be cremated. I don't want y'all to waste no money on the funeral, all that. Like just cremate me. You can have a little party if you want, and that's it. I don't want y'all having no funeral.
Hmm.
Spend that money for that. I'm like
Now
okay.
my mom has said the same thing too. Hmm.
So at least I know. And I did.
No, and like seeing how much funerals be costing, I think people be out they damn mind. I'm like, what? 20K, 12K on a funeral? Like, oh no.
Just for the possibility of my body to come
Oh
back.
no. Like I will go and bury you on the family land. Don't play with me. Like like no. Something I can't talk about. Y'all need to be having these conversations. Black people be fair and deaf, but at the end of the day, we're eternal. Like this physical, like we have to get past that deaf shit. Like that's something
Oh,
else.
and look, it's just and look at like the timeline of it. At one point, we were like living most like black people were living a lot of their lives to prepare for like what happens in the next life. Then at some point, a lot of trauma was introduced, and now here we are finding
Mhm.
ourselves afraid of like that process.
My
Your
mom
team
want a
had
funeral.
the songs together.
Oh yeah. So she gonna have a funeral off top. No, it's definitely inevitable. Like that's the one truth, one fact, one thing that we know for sure at the end of the day that we're gonna die.
Yeah. No, I planned
Let
my
me
mom's like entire funeral, and it felt like good closure. Like I was able to feel like, okay, this process, this is like, okay, here we go.
this particular scenario by this young lady, and shout out to her. We're not trying to disparage her, but this whole if I ever have birth complications, say me, and she emphasized the me, not the baby. It messed me up because look, I don't know where my old head's at in the chat tonight, but there was a song that in the '90s everybody thought was a love song until the video came out. It's a song by it's a song by the R&B artist Aaron Hall. He was the lead singer of Guy back in the day. Then he went solo. Aaron Hall had a famous song called "I Miss You." Now I'm gonna read you these lyrics, and y'all tell me if this sounds like somebody that's dying. It just sounded like somebody that's leaving you, right? Um, uh, we used to talk and laugh all night, girl. What happened to those days? Did they all just fade away? Holding you in my arms, it made me feel so happy. Then you said you had to go. What's
Mhm.
wrong, baby? I need to know. Right? Those are the first few bars. That just sounds like a relationship that messed up, right? And then you see the video, and in this damn video, his wife is pregnant and she dies giving birth to the baby. That's the whole video.
Mm.
And as a kid, that effed me up. I was like, hold on. So this ain't a love song? This is she's leaving. I miss you because she's dead. I was like, Jesus Christ, what just happened? Like, this shit sounded like a beautiful love song that, like, yeah, he misses you because you used to be his lady and now you left him and he wants to get you back. Not that you were gone. Like, what the hell? I never knew why they went in that direction because it didn't have to be that for the video. They just wanted to traumatize a bunch of young kids, in my opinion. Yeah, it was just uncalled for.
Well, it was unforgettable because you're talking about it how many years later?
It scarred me for life, Mo. It scarred me for life. Look. Let me read the second verse. I thought you'd be with me forever, but I guess someone took my place. What the fuck? That just sounds like she met somebody else. But I thought someone took my place, took the place of me loving you, making love to you all through the night. I wish you were still here so I can see your pretty face again. Please come back and rescue me from all this pain and misery. Like, that's a goddamn love song. That ain't somebody gonna die in this video.
I mean, that's the show interpretation. I can see how that video could have came, you know.
Torian, you morbid as hell. Torian, what the hell? Listen, as a kid, I remember watching that video. I'm like, oh, she's pregnant. That's dope, right? And then I'm keep watching the video. I'm like, hold on, why is the ambulance here? The fuck?
That bitch gotta go.
Yeah, the ambulance pulled up and it's called me for life. But I thought it was interesting. A lot of people, man, this young lady got attacked online about this because people were like very rude to her, I guess I can say, about her. Listen, if that's her opinion, I don't think that you could hate her for like one, because like we just threw it around and everybody had kind of a different perspective. Like, if that's how she feels about it, like, why are you mad at her?
Yeah, people was calling her selfish, was calling her, well, they like, that's good because you're not fit to be a parent with that mindset. Like, what? Like, and then people was coming in her defense saying, like, but wait, like, what about like the child? Like, would it be better for the child not to have a parent, like a mother, in a situation? Like, it's a whole bunch of facts that matter. Why y'all sitting here judging her off of her choice? Like,
yeah, her hypothetical choice at that.
Right, it's
a hypothetical choice.
Yeah, I hope no one is ever faced with that decision. That is a super scary decision, right? That like you're pregnant with this baby, the doctor's telling you it's going to be complications. There's a chance that the mother or the baby might pass. That's
women come so close to death every time that they give birth. Like, they come that close anyway. So I'm always so like just like prayed up every time because it's so intense.
Yeah, you go in that realm literally. So
yeah, there's no veil at that point. It's just
you literally gotta pull yourself back.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
Yeah, that's something else, man. I don't know. I might take option 3 if they say, okay, or you could just get some piss in your eye from Kevin.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I drink a couple piss.
They're like, or take yourself out, and then these two stand.
Jesus
Christ. It's like, is this it?
The nigga's like, okay, I choose the.
You know what?
woman.
She got
okay, take her.
in her thread, in her responses. Okay, let me pull it up. I think she had it up on here. Let me pull it up. Hold on. I think she said it. She was like, basically, like, if you a man, there you go. Oh, there it goes. There you go. Let me pull this up. She said, because she was getting upset with a lot of guys. She said, if you're a man and you disagree with this, leave the effing conversation because y'all will never be in this predicament. So, I mean, she's correct. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So she's not wrong when she said
they would definitely be on the other side of it, though.
On the other side of it.
Like, still would be more involved. Like, if you don't, like, I don't know. Yeah, that would just be a hard situation. Cause like now, if it would be different now, right? Like, cause that's how I felt with my first child. But now I have another child already. So like, how would that come with another child in the mix? Like, I would have something to live for.
And can I just be honest?
Look, and so I would just have to survive childbirth.
I'm gonna be honest and blunt, and this might sound crazy, but as humans, like we're, one of the things we're supposed to, allegedly do is to try to repopulate the earth, right?
Look, and I wanted to say something about that, but go ahead.
Yeah, and I mean, I think technically, from a technical perspective, if we're just breaking it down to its bare bones, it's like, technically, you can have more children. This is a complication. I think if we're gonna be, scientific about it, you can say, well, if this is just a complication, let's get rid of the baby because technically, unless there's some issue with the woman and what she has going on internally, she can potentially have more kids, more than one kid that might perish. She can potentially, so let's take that kid out of the equation, and she might go on to have 4 successful kids, 3 successful kids from there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's
might, because who knows how it might, or else she might be like, I definitely don't want to try to have a child again. Like, I don't want to ever have to go through that.
Like,
again.
damn, we should have kept the baby.
Like, no, it feel like, because that's why you have to have these conversations with your partner, because like you don't want them to end up resenting you. But they say that's one of the things that in relationships anyway, it's like the loss of a child. Like, so
sad.
Yeah, it's hard.
It could definitely like twist people and pull people apart. Like, so
yeah.
Once you locked in with a baby, you should definitely have these conversations with your partner and be thinking about your legacy. If you already got kids, make sure you got life insurance. If you got kids, you need to get life insurance, especially while you're young. And that's just cheap, like for us to be able to have, because if we die, it would truly like probably be on some accidental shit, or that's what it's supposed to be. But people been having heart attacks for.
Well, I would tell them get some life insurance no matter what. Put it in your niece, your nephew's name, your little cousin's name. Put it in somebody's. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and don't spend all that shit on a funeral. Like, I really don't like seeing that shit at work. I be like, y'all spent all this bread on the funeral? Y'all are crazy.
Crazy. Banana.
What Tupac said, bury me smiling with G's in my pocket, have a party at my funeral, let every rapper rock it, let the hoes that I used to know from way before kiss me from my head to my toe. Shout out to Pac.
Let a hoe
Yeah.
I want him to
But
pull
I think I could be down for like a viewing, like a wake viewing, and then be cremated after that. Like, so have like a little something where the body.
Okay, you put some thought into this, Naomi. So where do you want your ashes to be spread somewhere? Like, what do you want?
Nah, I don't give a. I'm gonna be gone. I'm out this body. It's on cash. Like, it's on cash and any other future children. Like, however, like you feel like, because that's also like plays a part. Like, maybe cash would maybe want like more of a celebration, or or whatever. So like, do what you do, as long as my body gets burned up.
What if Cash want to do what they did with that one rapper where they like had him standing up in the club?
No, but I know I definitely want weed smoke.
Yeah,
like people got to be smoking weed at my funeral, and I definitely want to hear some Lana Del Rey.
And what if he say, I want my mama to have
one
last turn up for my mama, one last turn up at the club. Let's get last night.
Please. No.
Let's get a nephew.
Right. What if he get Wiz Khalifa to come up and like blow some smoke over his body?
No, that would just be so crazy.
I
mean, just crazy. Like, oh my God.
We're like, oh, Naomi's here. It's the ground shaking. Like,
Naomi gonna come back for that shit. Like, hold on, nigga, I ain't know Wiz was coming. The
fuck? Like, she's still. I'm like, never mind. Let me not say that.
All the lights go off and shit.
She putting that work in from the other side.
Right. The winners don't even know. He done got some whole shit put on him, some shit waiting on his ass. But yeah, my oldest daughter, she definitely has instructions for me though. She has like songs I want played, all that shit. I gave her like specific instructions. Like, yeah.
I remember you said you was like on your Iron Man shit. You recorded like a death video.
Oh yeah. Cause listen, I want to be in control from the grave. Goddamn it.
That's crazy.
I still want to be in control of this shit.
Like, okay, we turn this shit off. Okay, what are we gonna do, y'all? Anyways, you know, Roy was always extra. Like,
I want them motherfuckers to know. I want to. I think the next thing I want to do is record like a whole year's worth of video. So they got to listen to that's part of the wheel. You got to listen to this shit every day. Pop it on. There you go.
that's crazy.
Before you get the money.
They be like, my daddy's still getting on my nerves from beyond the grave. What the fuck?
This
Like,
nigga,
you
this nigga
believe
is super
this?
extra. Yes, I am. God damn it. I still want to talk. You did? Because I want to do it while I'm still young. Because hopefully, you know, when the inevitable happens, I'll be much older. So I want to like record some stuff now and like be able to like maybe modify it or change it if I feel differently. You know what I'm saying? About some shit later. But I don't know. I just, you know, because like now that I'm older, I envy my friends who actually had kids young. If that might sound weird to some people, but like I do envy my friends.
That's regular.
Yeah, I think
Because
that's
like
Everybody wants to be a young parent.
well,
Look at me, I'm so cool.
some of them hated that shit, right? Like they were struggling. That shit was ass.
Of course.
But like now, like they're in this position to where like, damn, they got these kids that are this age and they're, you know what I'm saying? Like it's, you know, my oldest daughter, she's 14, so that's dope. But she, you know,
You still got the youngest one, so it doesn't even matter.
I'm gonna be the old and see, right? So for her, for my oldest, we were always like the younger, cooler parents at the PTA meetings. For this young one, we just gonna be the old goddamn heads in there. We're just gonna be like, who are these old niggas? We gonna they gonna see us and be like,
who are these niggas?
Exactly. Who are these niggas? You dig?
Oh, is this your grandpa?
right.
Mo, are you eating spaghetti? What is happening right now? Oh, I thought it was spaghetti string that you had hanging out your mouth.
Not spaghetti string.
Like, why is Mo sitting here slurping spaghetti? You know, get a lollipop. What is that? A lollipop or what is that?
Yeah, lollipop.
Okay, shout out to Wayne.
First is just like lollipop.
Shout out to Wayne. God damn it.
Shout out to Lil Wayne for real.
Okay, let's go here before we wrap up for the night. If y'all found a bag of money, hypothetically speaking, if you just walking down the street, and you found a bag of money, or let's say like this one scenario that allegedly happened, he went to McDonald's, ordered an egg McMuffin. Why anybody would do that is beyond me. But he went to McDonald's for breakfast, ordered an egg McMuffin, and instead of handing him his egg McMuffin in a bag, they handed him allegedly the drop for the deposit for McDonald's. And apparently this is a white guy, right? He went back to McDonald's and dropped the money off. Talk to me now, y'all. If y'all find a bag of money, if y'all get handed a bag of money by mistake, what's going on? Are y'all gonna take that or are y'all gonna do the right thing? Do the right thing, y'all. I want to know how honest y'all are. Let's go. Let's start with Torian because he looked like he's not honest. Let's go, Torian.
I'm honest and telling you I'm keeping that shit. Okay. Everybody like you miss your blessing. I'm like, no, maybe that is the blessing. Maybe that's the blessing. I just got this money handing it to me after all.
Not maybe, it definitely is.
Okay, I definitely got this money for hardships that I've been going through. And please, man, it will only I wouldn't spend it right away. I'll wait to see if like something's gonna pop off. My face might pop up on the news now. If
that's why
I'm like, okay, boom.
I need to spend it sad. So it could be gone. If they're trying to look for it, it needs to be gone already.
No, see, don't listen to Lionel. Tori ain't got that good criminal mindset. Lionel thinking too short-sightedly, but not definitely.
Somebody's gonna be looking for this.
Said that if it was handed to me, because Roy, you said found at first. Like if it was handed to me, oh no, like I'm skirting off, bitch. Fuck the food. I'd never go to a McDonald's again. Like, but
I wish I could be
wouldn't. I don't know if I like found some, like if I just seen some shit, because I would be paranoid. Like, damn, who fucking money is this? Are they gonna come looking for this shit? So it would depend on the circumstances where said money was
Hold on,
found.
Naomi, it's mess. Hold on. So if you found some money, you would think whose money is it? But if you got handed McDonald's money,
McDonald's, the $1 billion corporation.
You could have found a wallet of a billionaire on the ground.
How much? He not gonna have billions up in that bitch.
But
if I find a wallet, I feel like I would return a wallet. I might empty the cash, but I wouldn't swipe no cards. but I would return it because it's such a hassle. Like when you lose your wallet, you losing your ID and stuff.
See,
But
it's hard
like
for
for
me.
me, no, I'm very like good in my risk management. So like if it looks like I'm gonna get off scot free and clear, if it looks like I could take it, I'm gonna take it.
See,
Exactly.
my
That's like I
prefrontal
do.
cortex has just it's still actually developed. It's not even all the way developed yet, my prefrontal. So my risk management is not all the way there yet.
Look, I've
And
been taking shit for a long time.
no, with money, like that's just not something
Damn.
like with money. If I find it, it's my money now, and good luck convince me otherwise. Cause bitch, I found it, it's mine. At that point, it's just like anyone else trying to say no, it's mine. And I'm like, bitch, I found it. So then, how do you convince me that this is actually yours at that point? But if it's like a wallet or a phone or some shit like that, ID, things like that are non-negotiable. I'm totally gonna turn this in. If I buy some money to like
Cash,
that's just like if I
cash.
I've,
Like,
let me
bitch,
tell
this
you,
is
because I've been in two
America.
situations. Let me tell you, this is crazy because there's one time I was out longboarding in the third ward and I felt really bad after because, okay, ultimately I found $40 on the ground. And I was just like, oh, wow, this is dope. 220s. Picked it up, kept longboarding, but then like I hit the block, hit the corner, and I see like a guy like just like seeming to be looking for something. And I'm just like, well, he could be looking for anything. Like just keep pushing, like go home. So I got off scot free. But then another time I was pulling over late night after leaving like a lounge to get some gas, and then stopped at the pump, then saw a card on the floor. And I'm just like, like, what are you It's like, thank you, guy. And I'm like, well, let's just see if there's funds on it. I like do the credit option, slot it in. And of course, I'm able to just fill up my tank, but then I'll put the card back down there in case they come look for it. But then you just go. So it's like, if
No,
it's
but in those situations, yeah, that would be the best thing to do.
you just
I
get
don't
the
got to
money.
fill up out of it. Let me fill my tank up.
I was like, well, let me at
No,
least,
like this looks like the universe orchestrated it to me. That's what I'm looking at
yeah.
it as. Like,
I'm like, oh, look at
I
God.
knew I was abundant.
Yeah.
I know.
I was thinking, oh, God, thank you.
No, like, wow.
But if
Yeah,
I lose money, I'm not going to be looking for it. I'll be like, it's a loss. Okay.
No, because sometimes, like, hey, I don't know. Maybe
Shorty
it's
said,
meant for you to lose
it
that shit.
looks like somebody put the drug money in the wrong bag that was supposed to go to the next car. Hilarious, by the
Right.
way.
no, yeah. I mean, I was at this bar and I found $800+,
Mm,
and
mm.
I didn't know at the time there was that much money. I just seen it on the floor, and I was like, and
Grab and tuck.
I had been standing there for like a good minute, so like for me, just I was laughing, being fun, like being extra, like ha ha ha, like running, laughing, and I seen it. I said, and I put my foot on it. I said, whoop, and
Yeah,
it was
put
like
that
a little
floor
wire,
on.
I said, whoop, and then like I was just spinning from that at the bar, like who wants drinks? I want a drink. Come on, like
Oh my God,
and then
not
I got
flashing it. You
no.
just
Right.
Then I went back to my car at the
It
end
felt
of
the
the
hell on.
night, and I was counting it, and I was like, it was like 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 50, 50, 50, 50, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. I said, I was just gonna go to a trip that weekend, so it was like perfect. I'm like, you gave me
wow.
some extra money for my trip? Like, come on now.
No,
Right,
somebody was
right.
sick.
That's
Sick
what's
Money
to
up.
is
the
not a
gum.
personal
Torian.
belonging. Money
Torian
doesn't.
had a great time on his trip, and somebody got evicted because they didn't have their rent money. That's what's up, Torian.
That's why your ass shouldn't have been at the club with that shit loose in
With
your
that
pocket.
cash.
People got evicted because they ain't had their rent money.
Like, you never know. Like, shit, man.
Yeah,
T.
and I
Will
didn't,
said,
and I,
"I
I didn't go back to that bar for like a while too.
That
That's
is so
hey,
true.
I didn't go back to that bar for a while. Like, nah, I'm gonna
You
hold
don't
it
want to
out.
see you.
That shit a little hot now. Like, shit.
Or no.
The block, that block hot than the mother. I ain't pulling up over there, nigga. That shit hot, nigga.
For real.
That's funny as hell, Tori.
Let's hope I find some money
No,
soon.
that's so beautiful. No, I'm definitely finna
What do you mean
call
that's
that
beautiful? Hold on, Naomi. Somebody
I
that's
definitely
beautiful.
am about to find $800. Let
Yes,
me go
that's like
out
one of the
somewhere.
best feelings is finding
Trying to
cash, like
manifest
seeing
this
it, like
$800 now.
Cash,
realizing.
no, because I've always been good at just like seeing the money. Like, oh, okay, period, nice.
I'm with Courtney.
That is not stealing.
I'm not. No, that's not stealing. You know what my son call it? Finders keepers, losers weepers. Okay, that's the okay, and that been around since the old school. Has that been around since the old school period?
That is old school nigga shit. Make no
Okay.
mistake. Finders keepers.
Like, cause he don't play about that, and I be trying to teach him. Like, even though like I have all these, like I've always kind of been like a klepto, but I don't
Whoa,
believe in stealing
whoa,
from
let's not
people.
skip over that. Hold on.
I don't believe in stealing from people.
Let's not skip over that. I've always been a klepto. What?
I will take some shit. Like if I could have like followed through with my lifelong dream, it would have been to like rob banks and like be a master thief. Like those were my aspirations. And that's why I'm like so lost right now. I'm like, what do I even do?
Where am I?
What?
Facts. If I
You
got
play
to have
Grand
it
Theft
my
Auto
way.
to get your
But
little
now I
fix.
have a son and like I can't live a life of crime. Like I have something to live for. But that was before. Finders keepers, period. And losers weepers. Because we've all lost some shit and
I
that
know.
shit sucks.
And I just
But
weep.
that's like life.
T. Will said, if you find out the person who it originally belongs to, would you feel some kind of way?
Like
If
in
it
that
wasn't my
moment, I found out
homie.
they was looking for it, or like afterwards.
Yeah, like you find it, you put it in your pocket, and then you see somebody walking around looking.
I'm finna leave.
I'm like some people where they be like something you look for, like where's that? Let me see. It might be over here. I don't see it over there. You see it? Can you
Oh, y'all niggas are so dishonest.
See, that's crazy. I'm like, I wouldn't do all that. Nigga, I'm about to go.
That's why I already told you I'm gonna get the cash and go. I'm out. But
No,
that's
once I
if
got
I
that
know you for
blessing,
sure, then I'll just be like, if I know you, then I'll just be like,
come
okay,
on,
here.
Courtney. Is there only people to steal from out here? No, we live in America. There are stores.
There's Target, there's Walmart, there's
No,
Tesco.
like literally.
corporations? We stealing from the corporation.
No, like corporation. If it's a chain,
Corporations
it's
are stealing
free
from
reign.
us.
Period.
Corporations
If
need
it's
to
a
stop
chain, it's
stealing
free
from us,
reign.
bitch.
When I do get something free from a Walmart or something, it's reparations.
Not something free.
No, I always think about you because that show was so funny when you first said
It's
that.
reparations. Oh yeah, for
Yes,
real.
that's my reparations. They gave me something for free.
Y'all are
in
something
my
else.
bag. I could go.
No, I can't help it. But I still like, so even though I'm like that, I still definitely instill in my son that he shouldn't be stealing. And like, I'll be like, you want to go to jail? I'll be telling him, I'm like, like you're old enough to actually go to juvenile now. I'm like, they will throw your little black ass. Like, I remember the first time I heard that shit, like, because it was a girl, she was acting up. I was literally east side of San Antonio. What's up at Copernicus? You know what the fuck it is.
Yes.
Okay. But like she was literally going crazy. They were like ready to call the police on this little girl.
Okay.
Like, and they were like, you're old enough to go to juvenile now. You can't be doing that.
Thank you so much.
Someone owned that store. Who owned them, Courtney? And do I know them?
Oh, damn. Oh, you a savage.
No, nobody owned that
Didn't
store.
I
They got
tell you that
insurance.
I was a savage.
They got insurance to cover them for that.
No, like,
Store.
come
They
on.
don't want us to. They don't care. We can't even chase the people out the store to get the merchandise back. They don't care.
I feel like money doesn't belong to people, period. It's like if you lose money, you just lost money. Like you lost a note, a promissory note. Like, sorry, bitch, you never lost it. Like that note could have got you something. But then I also think every time I find some, like every time I lose funds, I always just say like whoever finds it, like enjoy it. Like seriously.
No, sometimes you just got to take that shit. Okay, like that was just my time, I guess, back to
Right.
Like,
I paid it for
like
it.
I just had to.
Right.
I
Like,
lost
clearly,
$2.
Not
like,
Copernicus.
So
I've lost $600.
Huh?
I've lost. Well, I guess I got scammed out of $600.
So yeah, you got scammed, baby. I lost. It fell in my pocket multiple
Ooh.
times. I had this happen. So when I find some money, I'm like, oh, this is back pay. This is my
Right.
money. Okay. It came back around. Look at that.
Nigga said this is back pay. Hilarious. I do remember one time. This wasn't like he didn't lose he didn't lose the money. He fucked up. We was in Vegas and we was wilding out, and my cousin he had kind of separated his money from like his gambling money versus like some money, right? If he needed to like really get some shit. So this is way back in the day. This is when the song, what's that song that get money? We gonna give money.
Not a stain on me.
In a damn
There you go. That shit, right?
look.
Oh,
You
cruise.
explain that shit.
Yeah.
No
We-
facts.
So we in Vegas and that shit come on and this nigga turns the fuck up. Now my cousin, he played O-line in college, right? So he a big motherfucker. He like 6'4", 350, big motherfucker, right? So he lit on the floor, right? He lit in that hoe, give money. And he goes in his pocket. He thinking he going to the pocket that was like the petty cash pocket. And so he's throwing money. We in Vegas. He throwing money. Nigga, get money. We gonna get money. He throwing money. And I'm lit with him like, yeah, nigga, let's get it. And as he's throwing the money, all of a sudden he stops and he looks at me with this look of fucking fear in his eyes, nigga, of straight panic and fear. And I'm looking at him, he looking at me, and this nigga look at the ground and look at me, he look at the air, and this big ass nigga just dives on these people that's grabbing the money like, nigga. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, nigga, this is my money. This nigga's throwing hundreds and 50s and shit. This nigga's wilding. And he in the middle of like a packed ass club in Vegas on the floor fighting people for his money. I'm like, nigga,
That's
you are
crazy.
that nigga was.
They're like,
wild.
they hit the floor.
I would never
That
They're like, get these niggas out.
Right. Now think about it. It's a 6'4", 350-pound man jumping on the floor fighting women for money. Shit, that nigga was like, bitch, fuck out of
You
here.
see, that's why I would never pick up money in the bar or club setting. I feel like it's a setup. Like I feel like someone's watching that. Like
I mean, your daddy shouldn't pick up the money that doesn't belong to you, but
in the club.
yeah.
But if it's outside, you just find cash. What do you do? Just leave it there for someone
Let me
else?
ask y'all this: if y'all are in a club and
In
somebody,
the club, I'd pick it up.
if y'all are in a, that's what I was gonna ask. If y'all in the club and sombody's throwing money, do you pick it up? I don't pick
I
it up.
would.
I ain't
I
gonna
I'm
lie.
a
don't pick up
woman,
money in the
so
club.
I
I don't
definitely
pick
would.
I do.
I guess it just feels like I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like it's
right there. I
but-
say, get that 20 right there. Shit, we all
Hold on, Mo been quiet for a while. Mo, are you picking up that money? If niggas throwing money in the club, are you picking it up, or you just like, niggas is wild?
I've never picked up money from the floor in the club. That's
There
one
you go,
thing
Mo.
I don't do. I've
There
never
you
done
go.
it. I will never do it. Like, no.
I'm with you, Mo. I'm not
I've
doing
done
it.
that shit in the club before, and everyone's like, ah! I'd be like, nah, like that's what you want me to do, bitch. You want me to run around?
I
and
wouldn't
scurry
do the
and
most.
do kind of shit. Like, no, you don't fucking control me, and it's just fucking money. Like, no, bitch. That's like dance, bitch. That's what that is. And that's how I've always taken it. Like, I'm above that. You're not gonna make me do some shit because you throwing.
You know,
some
the bitches be dancing too. They be okay. They be wiggling.
Exactly. No, I've never been that. Like,
Thong showing and shit. They in there trying to
Wobble.
get
And I turned into the stripper.
Oh, it's stripper club now.
Right.
no, like
I
that's
definitely
what I'm saying.
wouldn't do
That's
the
what they be
most of it.
expecting.
I wouldn't do the most of it, but still, that bitch comes to me. I'm definitely gonna get what. It depends.
my shoulder. I'm like,
Especially if it's a 20, I'm going right to my
yeah.
bar.
I'm with you though, Tori. If it fall on me, I mean, you know, what you want me to do? You
No,
know?
like and realize. Let me clarify. I did say picking it up from the floor. Now, if I catch that shit midair, okay. Well, listen, I will not go onto the floor picking up money. Like if that shit in my vicinity, ones, I'm probably not tripping off some ones. But if it's bigger than that, you know, 20s, 100s, okay, I might grab a couple from the air when you tossing it. But I will not touch the ground for some money. Like I don't know. For me, it's just I'm not about to go down on the ground and try to get some cash off the floor. Like I don't know. That seems kind of low. Like, bitch, I'm not doing that shit.
Mo is taking. I see what Mo's doing. If it's in the air, it's free game. If it's
I'm
in the
like,
air,
look, even isn't it like dancers don't even do that shit? They let people come and sweep their money off the thing. Like,
that's
no,
fact.
you're not gonna be there. Oh, you know, let me get this. Like, it gives us.
Hey, pass me that dollar.
You know what I'm saying? No, like,
Bitch, that's my dollar.
So no,
I saw you put that dollar on your foot.
never been one to do that. No.
Yeah, I can't.
Now, if we're talking about the McDonald's situation, I would have drove off with that money. Like, listen, that was y'all fault. Somebody just gonna have to take that L and get fired or whatever it is, because y'all won't see it. Y'all
No, because you fucked up anyway. It's not my responsibility to drive back to McDonald's after you actually forgot my food, bitch. I don't
Why
even
you
got
got
my
it in this
fucking
takeout bag
fries. I
anyway?
wanted my
Like,
fries well done, and I
where
didn't
is
even
your
get
bank bag? You know what I'm saying? This is how I know y'all in there bullshitting anyway. Like, you don't even have a bank zip up bag. You're putting it in
Right.
a to go bag. You're putting it in where the food goes in. Nah.
Hold on, Mo.
They
Mo, I
probably
got it.
had a
Hold
white
on.
plug,
Hold
man. They
on.
probably
Mo.
had a white plug up at McDonald's. They were like, okay, when a white boy come up, handle the bag.
Hold on for a
They're
second.
like, oh shit, we go
Jasmine
cut
has
the
an
line.
interesting scenario for Mo. Mo, if it's 100, that's like a foot away from you. Are you gonna grab it? Or are you gonna hope the wind blow it? What you gonna do? If it's 100, if you see it's 100 right there, it's like a foot away, but it's on the floor, Mo. Shout out to Mo. Mo was
In the club, like if we're still in the same environment, depending also what type of club is this like you know, I'm
no,
saying this is just something that's just on the floor. Are they still throwing money? First of all, I don't even know who would be throwing hundreds in the club out here in the first place. Like, so I've never
it's
been
some
put in that
ballers.
scenario.
Damn, there's some
Okay, so
ballers.
it's been ones that
I
I've
might
seen
go
people.
throw some hundreds tomorrow. Shit.
Okay, it's always just been dollar bills. So I mean, 100. If it's just one single hundred down there, I might maybe. Oops, I dropped that. But I'm talking about whenever people are purposely throwing money for people to like move. You know what I'm saying? They want you to go. I don't know. I've just never been one to try and do what people want me to do.
I'm
So
just saying, when niggas hear this sound right here, they go crazy in the club. Niggas lose their mind. They might see it. They might start throwing money. They lit now. Niggas just throwing hundreds. What you want me to do? Fuck it. It's
look, she said I'd be mad if it turned out to being Usher bucks. Now I didn't see people use prop money. Like I haven't seen prop money before. So imagine you really, going and trying to grab the shit, then you double check that shit all fake.
Mm-hmm.
Now you feel stupid as hell. Look, I don't got time to play with y'all. Like, listen, I don't want to play with y'all. Y'all can throw that money. Y'all can pick it up. You really need
I'm
it like
willing
that.
to
Go
take that
ahead.
risk.
But I'm gonna be provided
they
for.
gonna be
I
looking
got
for
my
that money
share.
No,
back.
I definitely want
So
some money.
I'm not tripping.
I'm gonna take that risk. I'm like,
But I don't know if I've ever been like around somebody throwing money, if not at the strip club. But I do remember not seeing, like, maybe it was last year. I seen a dude at groups. He was like throwing money at the girls in the section. Like he was literally just going and just to all. I was like, damn, what the fuck? Why you skip our section? The fuck? Like, where our money to?
I had a homeboy who did that. He got mad because we was in a section, but some girls were in a section. And these girls were like throwing money out of their section, and like they was kind of like throwing the money kind of in our direction too. But we had a section, so he got annoyed. So he went to the front, got a bunch of we in a club. He went to the front, got a bunch of ones, and just like threw all them shits at them on some like bitch here. I was like, nigga, you wild.
You showed them.
Yeah,
You really showed them.
money to throw.
You must think I'm a,
Okay.
It's like
like,
fuck
they
out
must think I'm a bitch or something.
This is a true
You
story,
think
right
you
here
better
to
than
the
me?
man. He was like, "Fuck that! I'm finna show they ass." He went up over there, like he made it rain. Like he didn't just throw. He was like, "Bow, bow, bow, bow." He was like getting it in.
He's like, oh,
And the
fun
girls
day.
Yeah,
were
man,
like,
just
so
a
why is
regular
the-
club is crazy. Like y'all
He
could have
will
just
in
went
the
to the
chat.
strip.
He said somebody drop a turd and what?
he said, "What?" Hold on, what did he say?
It was
Hold on.
that one.
Somebody drop a turd and white face.
Oh.
Hold on, here he go with the
Then
bullshit.
come out and throw it on the floor in the hallway.
And the hoes is going crazy, fighting.
Is it $100 note? Somebody might pick that up and clean it off.
That's gross.
That is gross.
I'm just telling you. Look, somebody always pick it up.
That's true.
Listen, man, $100. It's still after you clean it, it's still $100, Naomi.
You
No,
can
I
put it in the
definitely done
washer,
that shit.
then put it in the dryer, and it'll be okay.
Yeah, you be all right. Just wash it
No,
off.
money is about that filthy anyway. Like money is a filthy, filthy thing. Like we already know. Like, cause it ain't no telling what the fuck this money has been through. Cause like, nigga, what hands this shit has touched? Okay.
Yeah, I want to start a series. Not a series, but I want to get some girls from down there on Bissonnette and H and talk to them because there be some young girls out there. I've been down there the last couple of times. I've been down to the H. I come down Bissonnette. It'd be some young girls out there working. I want to ask them like, yo, like, is y'all getting money? Like, because I don't knock the game, the hoeing game, but like, God damn, is y'all
You're
good?
like, yeah, we
Not
got money.
trying
You
to
got
be the
some?
new pimp. What the
Right.
fuck?
They was like, yeah, you
He
got
said,
some.
I gotta let me. Y'all get money and shit. Cause I know a better way for you, really. If you how that shit go?
Just saying, I can, man. Like, let me be your manager. You know what I'm saying? If you're looking for some
See,
management representation out here, no. But I'm just saying though, because like, man, like, shit. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like, if you out there on the blade and it ain't working for you, shit. Let me show you some better. Cause Iggy started the OnlyFans. Y'all,
yeah.
are y'all up on Iggy? Mo's not interested in Iggy's
No
OnlyFans.
thanks.
I heard. I think Iggy got a nice body. I like her body. I don't know if she's like changed it since like
Oh yeah, she changed it.
of it. Or yeah, because I'm probably thinking of like pre-baby body because I know she has like a baby with like Playboy Cardi, right? Like what
Yeah,
an interesting baby daddy to have. Like
Mhm.
for her to have, and she's like all not even American and shit.
I saw something where she made like a couple 100,000 within like 24 hours, right?
Yeah, 307,000.
Yeah, 307,000 in 24 hours. So yeah,
Yeah. If I was a famous celebrity, I would totally have an OnlyFans.
why not? You don't even got it. Like you got at least
Money.
a year before you got to like start showing bare ass and pussy. Trust me.
I would do like one
But
photo
facts.
shoot that was kind of risque, but then like get 100 shots
That's what
from
I'm
that
saying.
shit and do one photo per like month. You
Yeah.
better resubscribe next month so you can see the next photo.
As a woman, you can start off with just like real risque pictures, and then eventually, like with like close around 6 months, you can give them some bare titties. You know what I'm saying? That ain't really nothing. Give them some bare titties and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you can really like work that shit up. As a, if you a dude that want to start your OnlyFans, I guess you got to do some gray sweatpants. I don't know what you're gonna
Right.
do.
Because
You just-
Blueface said he made 100,000 without showing no dick.
Well, that nigga's first.
No, he said he made
It was
like
like 900.
800,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like close to $1 million.
But I bet because like I even still think about like because when he started Blue Girls, that was like right in the middle of pandemic. Like niggas actually signed up for that shit. Like I was just watching that shit through his live, but that shit was like such an experience, such a time, and like
Yeah.
shit straight for him. And I was like, damn, like because he really made his own reality TV show. Like at this point, like straight him, like no other people, like, and so that money really did go in his pockets and his people pockets that he hired.
Are we changing our opinion as a society on like the OnlyFans shit now, or is that like an accepted thing now? Like everybody's, if you get OnlyFans, that's just you doing you.
I think there's lots of different things like that can be on OnlyFans. It was never even explicitly sexual, so. But are you saying like for girls to be doing like sex work on OnlyFans?
Well, I ain't even saying
Is
sex
that what
work.
you're
You ain't gotta
talking
be doing
about?
sex work. You can just be posting pics.
I mean, that's the type of sex work once you get into like being on
Eventually you're gonna have to like and more and more and more, right? Like eventually just you right. No,
not always. You could literally
Corey, you are correct. Because there are some men, we gotta have a show about lingerie, or like, because like there are some men who are like or like some people in general who are just into just like that type of stuff. Like they don't want to see the bare shit. Like I don't want to see your bare nipples and your bare ass. Don't put that wolf monkey out here. Like I don't want to see that out in front of me like that. Hide it behind something. And we gotta also talk about someone that I love. I love me some Janelle Monáe, but she gotta shave them armpits. Like what's going? Like she gotta shave them armpits. That ain't it.
Out of that.
She doesn't even know you exist. Chill out.
She might know.
And you're trying to say what she needs to do.
No, she might know because she's from Kansas City, and when I was getting it popping in Kansas City during that time, so she might know. Don't get it fucked up. I was getting it popping in Kansas City.
I didn't know she was from Kansas City,
yes,
Missouri.
Sir. Yes,
Well, slide in the DMs to see if she know you. Get on the show.
I was out there all the time getting it.
Is she in KC? Is she KCK or KCM?
She KC Mo. Actually, I think I don't remember.
Look, because there's a difference.
There is.
I feel like she gives me KC like Missouri vibes. She like
somebody text Raven and get the scoop.
And I feel like she's so saucy. She's got to be Missouri. I've heard so many nightmares about Kansas City, Kentucky. And I would always say, "Oh yeah, my friend Raven, she's from Kansas City, Kentucky." and she would be insulted. She'd be like, "What the? No, it's Missouri."
Oh, hold on. Raven from KC Mo. Where's she from?
Well, sort of. She's
Yeah.
like from St. Louis and lived there, and like.
Oh no, I just pulled it up. Janelle Monae is from Kansas City, Kansas.
Oh, look.
Oh
See.
wow, she's
Kansas girl.
KCK.
She a Kansas girl.
Oh wow,
Okay.
see, you lie.
Mhm.
And look, she 37. Oh yeah, she might know me. Don't get it fucked up. She might have seen me around that motherfucker throwing some money.
Delusion.
Right.
I was throwing money back then. All right, let's get ready to get the fuck up out of here for the night, man. I used to throw money back then. Y'all got it fucked up. I was throwing money in the club in Kansas City, Kansas, and Kansas City, Missouri. God damn it, them niggas in St. Louis was wild in there, no, because at that time when I was in school, Nelly was the biggest goddamn thing going and shit. That shit was wild in St. Louis. But anyway, y'all make sure y'all tap in with us, man, next week, man. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to the whole panel, man. Everybody that jumped into the chat, we do appreciate y'all. Hit the thumbs up button, rate. Why I keep saying rate? Comment and subscribe to the goddamn chat. I keep saying rate. What the fuck is that? Also, like the shit. Also, if you listen to us in the audio form, man, we do appreciate that. Hit us up in the podcast section of iTunes or wherever it is that you find your podcast. Just look for the logo, No Strings Attached. We do appreciate it, man. We do a live show every single Wednesday evening. Also, we got the Tuesday show with me and Chris Blake where we talk about sports, we talk about society, and we talk about some BS every now and again. So y'all make sure y'all tap into that. We talk about the politics. On Sunday nights, man, me and JC, Sunday evenings, we get together and we talk about religion. We talk about different religions, different aspects. So y'all tap into that. We got some more stuff coming as well because I want to have some more guests on the show. So y'all make sure y'all stay with us, man. If you out there, you want to be a part of the show, make sure you hit us up. What's the email, Mo? God damn it, I always forget it.
nostringspod@gmail.com, I believe.
Oh, God damn it. I still got a listen, this girl clowned me the other day. I was getting some clothes at a department store. She's like, yo, do you want to open do you want to get like a little thing? You get like a 10% discount. I'm like, yeah, bet. She's like, just give me your email. Now look, fuck y'all. My personal email, I'm an old head. My personal email is still a Hotmail account. So I gave her that Hotmail. She was like, Hotmail? I was like, yeah, bitch, Hotmail. Fuck out of here. Don't be trying to clown my shit. Fuck out of here. That's my email address. God damn it. Fuck out of here.
My mom still has like AOL. She said AOL
shit, I'm gonna change. Now I do got a bunch of Gmail accounts as well, but shit.
I had a Ymail account, which was a Yahoo one, but not many people had Ymail. And like when people be like Ymail, I'm like, yeah, the letter Y in mail, bitch. Like, stop acting.
Oh, there you go.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, you know what the Y is? It's Yahoo, bitch. You know what it is.
Wait, Monique, what did you just say?
Because you can't put Yahoo Mail. You have to put Ymail.
Monique, I have Ymail too. I go through that.
But I think it's because of the time y'all made y'all emails.
Yeah, it was an option.
Because I
at the
definitely
time I
got
created
Yahoo.com.
Yeah. I used to have Yahoo, and then I made a new email at one point, and it was Ymail. So
people look at me crazy when I tell them Ymail. They're like, "Do you mean Gmail?" I'm like, "No, bitch."
No, I said Y.
Not y'all be having the same issue.
No, like that's the same shit that people would tell me, like not Gmail. I'm like, no, it's Yahoo. Ymail. Why?
Why, bitch?
God damn.
Why, bitch?
That shit used to get on my nerves. I'm Gmail now. I
was the only person on the planet, but I'm never getting rid of this Ymail. It's still
There you go. Hey, if you got an old ass email, keep your shit. Goddamn it.
No, I'm telling you, I've had my email. I've had the same email, my main email, since I was fucking 6 years old. I made that shit in 2000.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. I remember, like, because when we got the computer, and I remember my mom, she was just telling me she
know what an email was.
Been having that same email, and like in her email was literally 2000.
You made me feel old as hell, Naomi. You were 6 in 2000. I don't even want you to know what I was doing in 2000. Jesus Christ. Okay.
I'm like, you was probably just graduated.
Jesus Christ. All right, let's get about here for the night, ladies and gentlemen. That's it for the night. God damn. Shit. I was playing Oregon Trail. All right, let's get about here for the night, man. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with us next week. Don't forget, man, we're gonna be live next week. And also, y'all tap in because we might have something where we go live way out of town. God damn it. We're gonna be linked up way out of town. So y'all make sure y'all stay tapped in with us on our Instagram. Yeah, just the Instagram, because we don't be doing shit on goddamn on Twitter.
No, hit us up on Twitter. I was literally thinking to say that if y'all are listening to this podcast, just with your ears, because I always prefer to listen to podcasts and watch them. So if y'all are listening online, like we love to talk with our listeners. So hit us up on Twitter, like react to some shit. Just tweet us, let me know, and like we'll tweet that shit back. Okay. So holla at
Absolutely.
us.
There you go. Tell them. And make sure while we up at here, while we talking, y'all make sure y'all go patronize Naomi. What you got popping right now, Naomi, on the Nays Touch Jewelry? What you got going?
I'm trying to get my new collection together. So new things are gonna be popping off. So right now for me it's literally just working behind the scenes right now. But definitely if you want to put in your order, go ahead, get you some gold, get you a chain or something, get you a little bracelet, an anklet or something, or get your girl an anklet. You know, that shit fire. Okay, or even
You
just
did.
get like your little huggy hoops. I don't know if that's
You
on the
did.
camera. But period.
Yeah.
So like, yeah. Sh- Go
Y'all
shop
make sure y'all
naystouchjewelry.com.
naystouchjewelry.com. NAES touchjewelry.com. Y'all make sure y'all go show us some love. You did what I'm saying. And yeah, y'all make sure y'all stay tapped in with us, man. I'm gonna hit y'all with this one more time, and we're gonna get up out here for the night, man. Peace.